Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel for the Bravo Breakdown with Joleen. That's me, stand-up comedian and Bravo superfan Joleen Lunzer here to break it all down for you. Today, we are back with another roast and recap of Tom Sandoval, or Tom Sandybutt, as we call him over here. His podcast, his new podcast is called Everybody Loves Tom. And we roast and recapped episode 1 last week, and you guys asked me to keep going, so we're going to keep going, roasting and recapping this podcast. So make sure you smash that like and make sure you sound off in the chat. I love hearing you guys' opinions as well. So sound off. Remember, I am extremely opinionated, but you're welcome to have your opinions, even if they differ from mine, in the chat and comment section.
That's my opinion!
So what we do is we take a comedic look at all things Bravo television, even when it's yucky Sandy Butts podcast. And from the looks of episode 2, which I did listen to some of it so far, this man doesn't get it. He doesn't get it in the biggest sense of the word and the term. He just doesn't understand. I just posted a short with a mere example that we'll talk about as we go through the episode of just how much this man doesn't get it. So far, this podcast that he has created with his friend Jason, the drummer of his band, the guy who drives the U-Haul, and is a Jonah Hill lookalike, has just been the Tom Sandoval victim podcast. It's so far just been feel bad for me, I'm Tom Sandoval. It's the whataboutism podcast. Sure, I did shitty things, but what about this? And what about that? And what about what they said over here? And what about this person? And just passing the buck and passing the blame, all while saying, I've apologized enough. And obviously, I don't like what I did. Obviously. In his Tom Sandoval, like kind of way. So we're going to have some fun with it. We're going to, there'll be serious times. There'll be unserious times. But we're just going to roast and recap it here. All of this falls under fair use. We are going to be stopping very frequently to provide commentary so that it remains to fall under fair use. We want it to, we definitely don't want to steal anyone's content. We definitely want to provide comedy and commentary on this. I am going to just maybe put on the sad music because we have, Tom really feeling bad for himself. Let me know if this music, the underlying music, becomes a little too much and you're not able to hear all the commentary. All right. If you guys want to support the channel further than liking or subscribing, you can always send a super chat while we're live. You can send a super thanks after the video post, or you can hit me up on the Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Shout out to those of you who have hit me up. I even got a Cash App from Michelle before this live even started. So thank you so much, Michelle. Links for everything are in the description of this video. Shout out to everyone joining us live. Witnesses, I'm here for the comedy and the commentary. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, I'm going to speed it up again because it is damn near impossible to listen to this man without speeding it up. All right, and let me just drop this just a tinge, drop it down to 20 for our little underlying music. All right, let's share. Oops, I want to stay there. Oh, my wonderful husband brought me a pumpkin spice latte.
No problem, hot wife.
Thank you, Chell. We're doing roasting and recapping Tom Sandoval, episode 2 of his podcast, Everybody Loves Tom. Any thoughts on the title of that?
Yeah, I love that podcast. It was really good. I heard it this morning, right after my Andrew Tate podcast and my Joe Rogan experience. I sandwich it in between.
Nice. Chell sandwiches Sandoval's podcast in between the Joe Rogan experience and Andrew Tate.
Yeah. No, Tate.
Oh, I call him Andrew Tate.
It's Tate.
Okay.
I have to assert my dominance right now.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. I got to go.
Yeah, you should probably leave. Okay. Love you. Thank you so much. All right. So let's get it started in here. All right, we are going to share the screen. We're going to share it in our Chrome, and we are going to make sure the audio is shared. Yes. And we are going to make him a little smaller if we can and get it started. Oh, there's so many options. No, I don't want that layout. I don't want maybe this one. Okay, I think I can deal with this for a little bit. All right, so I know Chell is too much. He is just too much. He shows up with a pumpkin spice latte and jokes. Jokes. My cutie patootie husband. All right, let me know if you have any issues hearing it. Here's the beginning. Sped up. Tom Sandoval, episode 2. Everybody loves Tom. You can check it out if you want to on Apple Podcasts and everywhere podcasts are found, and his YouTube channel.
Tom, because let's face it, everybody does love Tom right now. Unfortunately, Leonardo DiCaprio couldn't make it tonight, so last minute we were able to get somebody even better.
Right away, we're starting off with jokes. Leonardo DiCaprio couldn't make it, so we got someone even better.
Ladies and gentlemen, the legendary Jerry O'Connell.
Yes, thank you so much.
Dude, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Someone did obviously not show up because I was called about 90 minutes ago.
You were, and you showed up.
I know, man.
Still can't believe it.
Can I just ask who I replaced? Is that okay? Or no, do we not want to say that?
Well, Schwartz was going to come in here possibly, and then it was like...
Okay, so Jerry O'Connell is the guest on today's episode. Tom Schwartz, he's a no-show for the podcast. However, I did see on Instagram, Tom Schwartz was a show, and they were promoting this today for another podcast called My Plus One, which is an exciting dive into personal connections of your favorite celebrities, hosted by Tony Sarandos and Vinny Fastlane. So you can check that out. So Tom Schwartz was able to do a podcast, and he actually was pictured with the podcast host, and then also Logan, which one of Ariana's besties for the resties, who works at TomTom. So he was able to go do a certain podcast. It just wasn't Tom Sandoval's podcast. So Jerry O'Connell is on there. Jerry O'Connell, who, let's be honest, love Jerry O'Connell, but he will jump at any chance to talk about anything. And we know this if you are a Big Brother fan, when he pretended to be a Big Brother super fan because somebody at CBS needed somebody. And he was like, me. And then he got all of the terms wrong and didn't really understand the show. So let's keep going.
I was going to get somebody from Special Forces.
All right, sure. The show you're on?
Yeah, that got pushed till Monday.
Right. Okay. So I'm here.
Wait, before you get started,
okay.
I made a cocktail. This is my first time creating this. This is a non-alcoholic cocktail.
Sure.
It's made with Gia, which is like a non-alcoholic aperitif.
Okay.
And then this really good. This is like a plant-based aphrodisiac. It's made with opium.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's really nice.
To really get us going.
Yeah.
Opium, not heroin.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, it's just a plant-based like.
All right, so Tom's starting off real strong, making drug jokes. Hilarious coming from sober guy. However, unlike last episode, he did mention that, hey, this is non-alcoholic. Because I'm pretty sure last episode he said he was sober, and they were really leaning into that sober arc, and then he drank an alcoholic drink.
Really an aphrodisiac?
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, come on, Jerry, get in the mood.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
And then it's made with
Anyone else think Jason is just cringe? He's the cringiest piece of cringe that ever cringed. You're going to see in this episode him attempt to be funny many times. And comedy is subjective, so people might find him funny, but I can't imagine those people are telling the truth.
lime juice, grapefruit juice, and then I top it with a little bit of Squirt Zero.
Wow. I love me some Squirt Zero.
Wow.
What are we calling it? What is the name of it?
Tom bringing in his love for Squirt Zero. One of the things that make us question him even more is that he is always pictured with said Squirt Zero. All right, we'll just keep that up for a minute because he must be sponsored by them, because who the frick knew? First, who drinks Squirt? We've been asking that since Scandoval broke. Second of all, who knew there was a Squirt Zero? Third of all, who the fudge would drink a Squirt Zero other than a maniac?
I'm going to call it The Prince of Wales, named after one of the top-rated episodes of Sliders.
That was a show I was in. That was it. Okay.
Well, cheers to that,
Cheers,
gentlemen.
to Sliders.
That's got a kick to it, fellas.
Yeah.
All right, so right off the bat, boring AF. Super boring. We're drinking mocktails. Jason still's got the laptop on his lap. God knows why. You could pull up a little table or something. It looks weird. It's, it's just drawing attention to your crotch and, your tapered joggers. I don't get it. Just What are we using the laptop for, Jason? I'd love to know. I would love to know. All right. We're gonna keep going.
I
That
feel
is
the blood flowing already.
Mhm.
All the right
Mhm.
I
places.
feel it happening.
Jason, are you sexually harassing Jerry O'Connell? He was like, all the right places. Oh my god. This episode just devolved so quickly with U-Haul driver / drummer Jason, whatever the frick his last name is, sitting with a laptop on his lap he's not using and hitting on Jerry O'Connell, all under the guise of humor.
So I have to tell the story of how I'm here.
Yes, please.
Congratulations on your podcast.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very exciting. Your commercial for the podcast came out, and I clicked on the story. It said, "Look at Tom Sandoval's new commercial for his podcast," and I clicked on it, and it has celebrities on there. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, huge celebrities.
Huge.
Like Jennifer Lawrence,
Mm-hmm.
Academy Award winner.
Of course.
Uh-huh.
Adele,
Yeah.
very famous.
16-time Grammy
From
winner.
the other side. And it had me on there as well.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And we're saying pretty rude things about you, Tom.
What? Yeah, I like it. This dude loves this. Tom Sandoval loves this attention. You can't convince me otherwise. Yeah. Jerry. So Jerry is now going to tell us how sorry he feels about having an opinion about a trending pop culture story while being on a pop culture show where he's asked the question.
If someone called you trash,
Yeah.
someone said something else that was rude, and then it cut to me in your commercial, and I said, "You're not a man." And it was crazy seeing that, Tom, because I immediately felt really embarrassed. I felt embarrassed seeing myself say that.
Jerry, please stop. Jerry, we do not need any Academy Award winning acting. You don't need to give us your Stand By Me performance in this one. It's okay. It's okay for you to say in that situation what he was doing was not a man, was not how men should behave. I think that's completely okay for you to say, Jerry. But for now to go back, yeah, I felt bad. I felt bad that I'm on a television show where we comment on people on a network that they get paid to show us their activity for us to comment on. I left a comment and I said you weren't a man. And I feel bad. But mostly I feel like I want to be seen. And I think this podcast is going to be seen by some people. So the clout chase is real. And the apology is subpar.
That's not how I carry myself. I don't.
Jerry, shut up. Jerry, I'm going to need you to be quiet. I'm going to need you to go back to Rebecca Romaine, okay, O'Connell, your wife, who I know is like, come home, Jerry. All right. I'm going to need you to just shut it down. You have hosted things before. You know how these pop culture shows work. It's okay to give an opinion about someone's behavior during the time in which bad behavior is occurring. That is completely okay. You get paid to do this. You're on the talk. You do Watch What Happens Live. You do all kinds of things like this. Jerry, stop. Stop, Jerry.
Talk like that about other. I don't want to assign gender, but I mean, I don't talk like that about other people publicly, you know?
What do you mean you don't want to assign gender? Tom identifies as a man. What the frick are you talking about, Jerry? Jerry, this is bad, Jerry. Did Jerry have a stroke? What happened with Jerry? I don't want to assign gender. To what? What are you talking? What? Oh my God. What in the woke Olympics? And I am someone that people would probably say is woke. But this is just stupid. This is so dumb at this point. What does gender have to do with any of it?
And I felt remorse when I saw that. And
Because you said he wasn't a man? He identifies as a man. And if you identify as a man and you have a definition of what you think a man is and how a man behaves and you think he wasn't behaving that way, what's the big deal if you say, hey, he's not a man, not behaving like a man?
I feel remorse. I like to act on it. I like to.
Also, I've heard your opinion on lots of people because you've done lots of podcasts. And again, the talk, right? The set is traumatizing. It is an ugly set. All right. Mine is so cute. Theirs is ugly and they have money and I have none. Okay. Cis male Tom Sandy, but I think last I checked, he had like maybe 6,000 subscribers. So in the words of Dorinda Medley, it's not going well, bitch. Not well, bitch. All right. Oh my God. I wish this was comedy or satire and they weren't real. I wish this was Between Two Ferns or something. You know, I wish Zach Galifianakis, Nukus would come out and be like, just kidding. Just kidding. But these men are serious. These alleged men, we don't want to assign gender, are serious.
Well, I mean, I get it. You know, like I think you were on Andy Cohen probably 2 days after this story broke.
And I was the first live show back on Watch What Happens Live.
Yeah.
I was on.
Wow.
Yeah. So I felt the need to address it. And for those who don't remember, I immediately went to a printing house and I had a T-shirt made up.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Tom, don't go, oh yeah, you did. You fall asleep every night hating on Jerry O'Connell because he had the Team Ariana t-shirt. You hate everyone who wears a Team Ariana t-shirt. You remember that so well, just like you remember how everyone in your audience came to hate on you, and then by the end of the show, they're having fun, and you kept tabs on them. Every single freaking one of them, Tom. Don't play with us, Tom.
So you were the originator of the Team Ariana shirt, probably.
I did see them being sold illegally online.
Did you get a percentage?
No, I had to go to a
Jason, did you get a percentage? Why are you doing so much work for this man? You cannot be making that much money. Do you need to get out of the house that bad? Have you ever heard of a mancation? You can get a group of guys together, go to a lake, jam out, play rock band, circle jerk, whatever you need to do to get out of this situation, Jason. Blink twice if you need help. And put that laptop on a goddamn table. Thank you, Joanne, for becoming a member of the channel. Appreciate you. Oh my God, these dudes.
a printing shop and had it made up. It actually cost me, because it was a rush job, over $100 to get that
Whoa.
T-shirt made. Yeah.
And
And
I'm gonna give you some credit
Yeah,
for that, though. That's
and, I would shout out the
donation.
printing house, but I washed it once and it all came off. It all came off in the dryer.
but it served its purpose.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was the first live episode after all that broke, and I felt like I should address it. And I said you were not.
You didn't feel like you should address it. It was going to be asked. It was the #1 trending story in the world for a while. Give me a break.
A man. Anyway, I felt a lot of remorse, and so I immediately took to Instagram and I DM'd you myself. I believe we follow each other on Instagram.
Yeah.
And
You were meaning I wasn't a good partner at that time by saying I wasn't a man, sort of, right? That's what you meant, right?
what did I mean by that? It's really funny. I spoke to friends before I came here.
Is this all this podcast is going to be? Feel bad for Tom. How dare anyone have an opinion about his bad behavior? How dare there be consequences for said bad behavior? How dare you hurt Tom Sandoval? So now he's like, what do you mean by that? Did you mean I'm not a man? I'm not a girl? Not yet a woman? All I need is time. I'm like Britney Spears.
In the 60 minutes I had to prepare before I came here because Leo canceled, or
Yeah.
Schwartz
George
canceled.
Leo.
Schwartz's replacement. And I called up a few friends and I said, Tom is asking me to do his podcast. And I got to tell you, Tom, it's a little scary coming to do your show. I know you have a new show. I know it's a big hit. Congratulations, everybody. But I do want to say it is scary coming as a guest here because.
Our last guest said that also, by the way.
Well, I mean, let me.
Jason, stop. Stop it, Jason. Also, still, hello to Nana and the kids. Nana, if the kids are watching, turn it off because Auntie Jolene is roasting some problematic men. But shout out to the kiddos and Nana. All the love to you guys. So Jason's like, our last guest said that. It's just, it's such cringe. We have to watch it again. It's one of those things you just have to watch again.
And I got to tell you, Tom, it's a little scary coming to do your show.
Of course, it's a little scary. Okay, because everyone's gonna be like, "What the frick is Jerry O'Connell?" Oh, it's Jerry O'Connell. I mean, let's be real. If there's an opening, Jerry O'Connell knew about it before they posted it. He's like, "Did you need someone? Did you need someone to talk into a microphone and be on camera?" That's me, Jerry. Jerry's available.
I know you have a new show. I know it's a big hit.
Which show's a big hit? Armed. What is it? The show he's on, where he goes under cold water and cries. I don't know. I forgot what it's called. Is it a big hit?
Congratulations, everybody. But I do want to say it is scary coming as a guest here because.
Our last guest said that also, by the way.
Well,
The look of approval, then over to Tom. Did I do good, Tom? Did I do good? He is a lap dog, Jason. Where is Jason's wife? Jason's wife, come pick him up. Put him in the car seat in the back. Strap him in tight. And don't let him do this anymore. Jason's wife, please, God. If this was my husband, I'd be like, get your ass home. You're embarrassing all of us. Get home right now. This was Chell. I'd be like, Chell, you sit in that chair, okay? You sit there until you realize what you've done. He's like, right, Tom, did I do good? Did I do good? I drive at the U-Haul to play the drums. It's just, oh, good God. Good
I mean,
God.
let me ask you, why do you think, fellas, why do you think it's scary for me to come here tonight and do this?
I can answer that, Tom.
Yeah.
I think that people who are associated with Tom are scared to associate with Tom at this moment.
Yeah. I mean, my brother had to my brother told me, he's like, Tom, you need to delete photos of us on Instagram because
Oh my God, every time he tells that tragic trauma he has suffered from having to untag his brother in photos on Instagram, and now he's changed it to deleting photos on Instagram. The first episode it was just untagging, now it's deleting him off of the gram. I don't know how Tom got through this. I don't know how. Tom Sandoval, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. I'm so sorry your brother had to go through that. It's just, oh my God. The trauma that you must have endured, to have to take pictures of you and your brother off the internet. Ugh. I hope he'll be okay.
This is your actual blood?
My
relative?
actual blood brother.
Oh, not a blood brother. Oh, I was hoping it'd be a half. I was hoping it'd be a step. I was hoping it would be a, hey, brother. But no, it's a blood brother. That means they've shared blood. They've cut themselves. They've put the blood together, and they've made a pact to the man devil that they will always mistreat women, allegedly. Everything I say is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. However, everything I say is 100% true, except for the parts that are 100% false.
Said that to me.
Where are your anxieties? We're so curious.
Okay, and then obviously no one had a big reaction from that. So then Jason's like, let me step in. Okay. Hi. What's going on with you? What's happening? Let me use my hand.
Coming on.
My anxieties in coming on as a guest is that I am somehow approving, Tom, of some of your behavior in the past. And it's scary. I mean, I gotta say, so let me just get back to DMing you. I DM'd Tom, and I don't want any beef with anyone in the world. And when I saw that, I felt anxiousness. I was like, man, this is going to be scary when I run into Tom.
Oh my God.
And I don't like to feel anxiousness, and I like to do things.
Jerry, you host talk shows, you co-host, you guest host. You're going to have to comment on people who are in the public eye like that. What is Jerry even talking about? Then don't have him on Watch What Happens Live anymore. Like, don't have him as a guest. If he's so afraid to give his honest opinion about someone. I mean, all you said was, oh, he's not a man. How he's behaving, not a man, not a man. What? Who cares? That's subjective anyways. Whatever your definition of a man is, it's subjective.
To combat anxiousness. So I texted Tom and said, congrats on the podcast. Here's my number. If you ever have a guest that falls out, I live a few exits away.
Notice how he threw out the, hey, is Jerry sorry, or is he just looking for another opportunity to perform? And in an opportunist way to be like, I need to be on camera. I need people to remember Jerry O'Connell's the guy. He's the cool guy. All right. Remember me? Jerry O'Connell. Remember that movie I did with the roaches? I lived in Joe's apartment or whatever it was called, the cockroach movie with MTV Productions. You guys remember that? That was a good show. Hire Jerry. I'm a couple exits down. Jerry. El Desperado. Oh my gosh. You don't have to be this desperate, Jerry. This is Tom Sandybutt, right? I could see if like Ariana had a podcast. I mean, Lala's podcast, Sheena, but Tom, you don't got to be so desperate. It's the thirst is real with Nene Leaks over here.
Give me a call. I didn't expect you to call 6 hours later. That was
your first mistake, Jerry.
Yeah.
that was a little bit of a shock. But my anxiousness in coming here is that I'm somehow giving you a pass, Tom. I'm so sorry. It has to be said.
Yeah. Do you think that's the case?
Why are we so Jerry? I'm so sorry to have an opinion. But yeah.
Then I don't think you feel that way.
Do I feel that way?
Yeah. I don't think you're condoning my behavior by showing up here. I have a lot of friends that, I mean, I'm sure you do too, that have done things that you don't agree with and that have annoyed you or in the things that they do. You're like, dude, come on, man. But it doesn't mean like, obviously, you cut them off or whatever, or.
I think Jax Taylor would beg to differ. I think people on the show who you were very judgmental about and got paid to be, and threw them and their relationships and their bad behavior under the bus and out there on Front Street and said mean things about them and or physically assaulted them. I think they may feel differently about that, Tom, right? But when it happens to you, it's a different story. It's very interesting, Tommy. Very interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. The only way I can relate, the closest I can relate, is that two good friends of mine got divorced, and a lot of people sided with one side and were saying, don't talk to this person. And I was actually originally friends with
the person that they said don't talk to.
With the person they said don't talk to, and I said,
what do you think about that?
I said,
Tom is really flexing his interviewer skills. What do you think about that? How's that make you feel? How's it make me feel? Back to me. Why'd you hurt me?
I'm going to talk to him. He's my friend. I was a friend of his.
Jerry, stay on topic. Stay on topic. Stay on topic.
To begin with, and I'm going to talk to him.
No one cares about your friend you're not even naming.
And that did upset my friends. This is a little more frightening because social media is involved. And
Yeah,
Right.
of course.
Social media, the devil's playground, where people have opinions that they don't like. Oh, and then they're trolls and bullies and evil. Whatever will they do? You might have to untag your brother from photos. And then a week later say, no, I actually had to delete the photos.
me coming on your podcast, congratulations on it.
Thank you.
Thank you. And by the way, I do appreciate you coming, and I commend
Thank
your
you.
courage for doing that,
Exactly.
because it is a lot. Like, I mean,
Are we commending courage? What did he serve? Like, what is Jerry O'Connell taking an opportunity to get his face on something he thinks might get a lot of views? Isn't courageous. Come on, Jerry. Even Jerry's like, I live a couple exits away, and I thought this would get better views. That's all I'm saying. I was hoping it would hit page 6, my face on it. It's good for me. Get some work.
I mean, I've had, my friend Billy. I mean,
Sure.
she's gotten so much hate,
Sure.
so much hate
Yeah.
for just trying to be.
Who's hating on Billy? Literally, who is hating on Billy? Who? Where are these? Where are your receipts? Show us where these things are happening. We never see any proof. It's just all these claims, and they always throw women and the women's trauma around Tom under the bus in the name of making Tom a victim, and him being like, see, I care about the women. But where are these things? And is it still happening? And what did they say? And what does that mean? Was it people just like, why would you hang out with that asshole? Because if that's the case, that's not really what you're describing. But how are people attacking Billy? And I follow Billy, and I didn't see anything.
Be there for me, and
Sure.
and it sucks. It really sucks.
I mean, do you mind if I ask you some questions?
Sure.
Jerry.
Do you feel it? I mean, do you get scared when you go to Whole Foods or Trader Joe's? Are you like someone's gonna yell at me? Do you feel it in life?
I'll tell you what, one of the best things that happened, it was scary as hell. I mean, before the story, like as the story was breaking, we had just gotten with a booking agency
For the band.
for the band. We had just booked a huge show, a big one
Oh no, they booked a huge show. Oh my God, where?
of our biggest, in
Tours.
fact, biggest shows.
Oh yeah,
actually,
in Anaheim, yeah.
with Yachtly Crew, which
No shade to Yachtly Crew. I'm sure they're great, but like,
has
Sure,
a
of
huge.
course.
They've been around for like 6 years.
I follow them on social media.
They
Yeah.
rock.
I almost wore a Yachtly Crew shirt today, actually.
Jason, good one, Tom. He talks about, sure, I like shirts. I like joggers. I like to have a laptop on my lap. I like to cover my wiener area and my tits.
But we were opening for them. We were doing a couple songs with them,
Oh my God. This is huge.
and it's like over 2,000 people in
Oh my God. 2,000 people there to see Yachtly Crew, and then you happen to show up. Whew.
Anaheim. And I mean, the story literally was breaking that day. Had to go, just filmed with Ariana. It was like crazy. And, I was scared. And then shortly, obviously that show, it hadn't quite like caught its like foundation yet, the story. It was just so new. But going out on tour and being forced because we couldn't cancel, would have been blacklisted, the band would have been done. And also like I needed money.
Who's going to blacklist you? Who are the blacklisting touring agents? You just got a touring agent. There are many touring agents. As a stand-up comedian, I know that all too well. So if one doesn't work out for you, another will. If you sell tickets and you're a draw, people will work with you. They follow the money. So we're blacklisted. Who is the big blacklister? Who is the gatekeeper of the karaoke bands of reality TV people? Who's the gatekeeper of that? Who's going to go blacklisted forever? You're done. You're done, son. You're done. You can't poorly sing another Matchbox 20 song in your life. Like who? Come on. This is melodramatic to the max. Okay. Go write a poem about it, Tom, because he's doing too much. This, again, proof, receipts? No. As an entertainer, as a performer who travels and tours, that's not true.
Money
It's not
to
true.
pay bills. I was forced to go on stage, not just like play guitar or whatever, but actually be like the lead singer, the
Sure.
main.
Oh my God. Did he just say that? I'm not just like, I just don't play the guitar. I'm the lead
Dude,
singer.
and then,
Oh my God.
I was forced to go on stage, not just like play guitar or whatever, but actually be like the lead singer, the
Sure.
main dude. And then
Not just play the guitar. Oh, I'm sure his guitar player appreciates that. But like be the main dude, like the lead singer. I would say the woman in your band is the lead singer. And you're like the intern, sort of? Unpaid intern?
afterward, like talk to people. There were meet and greets, like
Oh, you mean do your job? Oh my God, horrible. He's gonna have to meet and greet people who know him from television. Oh.
But it really forced me to
Face your fears.
face people, you know, and that really, really helped, you know, because I found that most of the nastiness and most of the anger and things that are being said are on social media.
By the way, I did ask.
The nastiness. Well, what I think is I think your behavior and your continued behavior is what's nasty and gross and mean. That's what I think. I think you filming Rachel Raquel allegedly without her consent, which she admitted to, I think that's nasty. I think that's mean. As far as people having an opinion about you and thinking you acting like an asshole, I don't think that's nasty and I don't think that's mean. I think that's their opinion.
Andy Cohen if I could come and do this before it came.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Uh-oh. What
Wow.
did Andy say?
By the way, that's what you're supposed to do when you go on podcasts, everybody.
So Jerry O'Connell asked Andy Cohen if he'd go on this podcast. Andy Cohen, spoiler alert, said yes. So he's here. Does Jerry O'Connell have a show with Radio Andy or something? Is that what he has to ask him?
You know, you're supposed to text Andy Cohen and say, am I allowed to do it? And he said, yeah, I got the green light to come, you know. I didn't want to get in trouble with the boss, you know. What are you going to do about that?
I mean, really,
You can't live your life like that, Tom. What are you going to do?
I mean, I like for these past 6 months,
What are you gonna do? You can't live your life like that. Exactly, Jacqueline. You can't get blacklisted from karaoke. You can go to any bar down the street and just start singing. And you can bring all your friends, your band members with you if you want. Oh my God, these dudes are so dramatic. It's like they're all on their myriads or something.
you know, obviously I have people like Jason, everybody like, you know, Schwartz, I have Billy, I have people
Do you have Schwartz? Because he didn't show up to do the podcast.
in my life, Kyle Chan, that are really good friends and supportive and
That's like 4 people.
you know, but I just gotta try to move on and make the best out of the situation, you know, continue to try to do positive things, be a positive person, be a positive influence on the situation, you know, bring fun and happiness to people as much as I can, you know, that's what I love doing. That's what I feel like I'm on this earth to do. It's
Okay, seriously, I'm sorry. We have to just we have to take a moment to appreciate what he just said. I feel like I'm on this earth to bring happiness and joy to people. Do you think Ariana would say that? Do you think Miami Girl would say that? Do you think Kristen Doty would say that? Do you think Rachel Raquel would say that? Are you sure? Do you think Jax would say that? Do you think Tom Schwartz would say that? Do you think the guy that works at the bar that you rent from would say that? Are you doing that, Tom? You're not doing that. Your behavior is showing something totally. It's like toxic positivity at this point. Like, no, I'm so positive. I'm just the most positive piece of positive ever positive. You're like, no, you're not. You're being a butthole. You continue to be a butthole and you want to be the victim. And you're like all hyped up on the squirt zero or whatever the frick. And you're just pretending. Like, this is ridiculous.
situation, you know, continue to try to do positive things, be a
Continue. When did you start doing positive things?
positive person, be a positive influence on the situation.
What situation? You can't even be a positive influence on your own situation. You can't even be accountable for it. Every time someone brings it up, you look pissed off that you have to talk about it again. I've already apologized like 30 times. Ask Jason. I mean, when were you positive?
You know, bring fun and happiness to people as
Who are you bringing fun and happiness to?
much as I can. You know, that's what I love doing. That's what I feel like I'm on this earth to do.
I don't think that's what you love doing. I think what you love doing is having attention, getting paid, having people look at your outfits, cheating on your girlfriend, having lots of chicks on the side, having sex with Rachel Raquel. I think those are the things you enjoy doing. I don't know anything positive you've done. Honestly, I can't name anything.
do. It's to bring positive and happiness to people, to make people better off than they were when they met me.
Well, sir, you just said to make people better off than they were when you met them. Everyone you've left in your wake of destruction and selfishness has been not better off. Definitely not better off. Were they able to capitalize, fortunately, on said bad behavior? Sure, but that's by their own doing, not by you. You'd probably take credit for that too. But no, you've left people with trust issues. You left people, you know, with like Rachel Raquel, again, with the alleged filming of her sexting FaceTime with you. Do you think you left her feeling good and happy and trust and better off than where you found him? And also, how do you think you have that much power, sir? You believe me, you don't. This is bad. I gotta see what you guys are saying. Dear God, what a narcissist. Natalie says, epic fail, bro. G mommy, yes. Tom, how did you positively contribute? Yes, to your relationship with Ariana. Nope. He did the opposite. And how did you positively contribute to your mom's retirement? By taking $250K from her, only to then go make further poor business decisions and not be able to pay her back? How did you positively impact your family to the point where they're like, hey, bro, got to untag me in the photos, and then you got to take the photos down? How did you positively impact Ariana or any of your friends on the show or Rachel Raquel by hiding her for months and months and months and lying about this situation and being devious and just mean and cruel for no reason by hiding this? Please. Oh my God. This guy is delusional.
And I love doing that. And I feel like a lot of my friends have experienced that.
Which ones besides the ones you pay? So everyone who's not paid by Tom Sandoval, please stand up and raise your hand if he has positively impacted your life. And I mean, by getting you back on the show, by paying you to be in his band, by paying you to do this podcast. How someone who has no ties to like money or any of that with you, I would love to hear how he's positively impacted them. Because
over the years, and that's one of the reasons why everybody didn't leave me, but I realized why a lot of people did.
Yeah, and these people on social media, God
Jason, shut up. He's gonna start again going, and these people on social media, Jason, stop.
bless them, but they really don't know Tom.
Bless them. They really don't know. Do you know Tom, Jason? Do you know him? Do you know those joggers you're wearing? Your balls do.
The person, they've never spent real time with him. They've seen him.
Jason, we've watched him for all these seasons. We don't need to spend real time with someone to see and call out the bad behavior that they're getting paid to showcase. And granted, they could showcase good behavior, but he tried to lie to us, and then we saw it. Jason, stop.
For 3-4 minutes at a time on a show.
This is always the argument. You only see me for 3-4 minutes at a time. It's edited. Tom, you got a stellar edit for freaking almost 10 seasons. You were like the narrator of the show. You judged everybody else. Your shit did not stink. You called out other people. You were ridiculous. You got in fights with women. And now you're going to tell us, oh, the show, you benefited from it from all those years. And then it got too big. You believed your own hype. And then you continued to you thought, oh, I'm getting away with it. I'm going to keep getting away with it. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to up the ante with the cheating and the lying and the scheming. And they caught up to you, bro. That happens. Jason, he does not need you to fight his battles. Go home to your family. Are you too good for your home? Go home, Jason.
Heavily edited. It's
5 minutes.
Heavily edited. Yes, those editors, boy, did they just have to heavily edit the fact that it was found out outside of filming that you are a lie, sir. That your whole life blew up and you're a lie. And you did it. But yeah, they had to edit that together. No, you did that yourself. He humped Rachel Raquel and God knows who else. And that's what happened. Stop. What is it supposed to prove? Just that, again, you don't get it. And you're always the victim. Ugh.
It's a 5 hours is what I like to call it.
Yeah, and it's like a fun show. There's silliness. There's drama.
I wouldn't say Vanderpumprules is silly. I would say it's always full of drama. And it's messy. Do you even watch the show, Jason? Someone call Jason's wife. I need her to pick him up ASAP.
But have they spent 6 hours with him?
Oh, you need to spend 6 hours with him, Jason? Have you spent 6 hours with him? Because from the sounds of it, you're driving the U-Haul. You're doing all the hard work. You're holding the laptop.
Backstage on tour or like.
But you guys told us last episode he was always wasted on tour. So was he even present for your hangouts, Jason? This is ridiculous.
At a pool party with him at a house that's not being filmed.
At a pool party at a house that's not being filmed.
Or really in a deep conversation and an emotional.
What do Tom Sandoval's deep conversations sound like? Dude, like on mushrooms? Like, dude, like seriously, like, I'm like a good dude. Like, I love bringing positivity and light to people's lives. Yeah, I can't tell you a time when I've done that, but I love doing it. I love it. Like, okay, like when the person that I'm supposed to be committed to and love the most, and I share a home with that I took equity out of for my shitty businesses, allegedly, when their grandma dies, I just love being that positive force that fucks their friend while she's grieving. Okay. I love being that positive force. Like when my dog dies for my girlfriend, the person I claimed that I loved and still do, claimed that I don't love, but that I loved, I love being that positive force that helps her out of that funk by fucking her friend and going out and saying, babe, gotta work, gotta go out and fuck your friend to be able to pay for this house. Sorry, the dog died.
Conversation, talking about each other's lives at like my kid's birthday party,
Don't bring your kids into this. Jason's wife, come get him. Your kids don't deserve this, Jason. Stop it. You look ridiculous.
Going to him needing serious advice where he's giving it to
What advice are you going to get from the Mushroom Man? You're a father and a husband. What advice will Mushroom Man give you?
me. Those where you really develop serious friendships, like really serious,
It's like he's trying to convince himself because no one else is buying it.
deep friendships. Obviously not. And I'd ask these people too if I could.
Don't ask me anything. I didn't ask for you to ask for me. Don't call for me. Don't do that. Don't come for me unless I call for you. Don't do that. Don't do that.
If your best friend in the world did what Tom did, would you really not only stop talking to them, but fully shun them, turn on them?
Who's asking you to fully shun and turn on them? We're asking you just not to enable him. Don't enable his delusions of grandeur. Don't enable his bad behavior. Don't try to profit off of it. Don't be shitty and make excuses for him. No one told you to shun anybody. Just don't do what you're doing. What you're doing looks, it's not good.
And just give that vitriol that a lot of these people do. I don't think
Again, vitriol. They can never just say there's consequences for your actions and people are going to have opinions about it, especially when you're in the public eye and you get paid to do that. And you get paid very well.
any of them would do that.
One thing I saw
Really, Jason? Who is this guy? Go home, Jonah Hill.
in that video, because until he actually put that video together, I had stayed away from social media. You know,
You talking about your commercial?
yeah. Until that I'd heard about it. I hadn't actually watched it.
Yeah.
But I could see I've seen and witnessed, you know, like when you have like you're just like having the most delicious steak. I don't know, you're a meat eater?
Yeah, I am. I love
Yeah,
it. Sure.
yeah, just like that, like
Yeah.
medium rare, delicious steak
Sure.
and like a lovely
Don't bring steak into it.
like, sauce or whatever,
Sure.
and you're just like mouth watering.
Yeah.
Like I feel that like savoring of anger that comes out of people, like the savoring of it. I see it like almost like a drug in a way. It's like a
What is with all these drug references? Seriously, it's like Rachel Raquel is like a drug. It's like a drug. This whole thing was I was like a drug. I was like a drug addict. Oh my God, the drugs. And now you see people having an opinion about your bad behavior is like people savoring. Get well, Tom. You need to get well.
like I don't know. It's like a thirst being quenched.
Like when
This narrative they're trying to spin is everyone who thinks negatively of this man and his behavior is just this mean, evil, hater full of vitriol, and they're just like, oh, they're just like seething. They can't wait.
Jennifer Lawrence in that video is like looking at that printout of Tom and being like, you have bad skin. There's
Oh my God. Oh my God. Jason is so mad that Jennifer Lawrence commented on his boyfriend's skin. Who cares? Look at this guy. Cuckoo.
Thirst being quenched.
like when Jennifer Lawrence in that video is like looking at that printout of Tom and being like, you have bad skin.
Jason, stop. How much is this man paying you? Jason, you look a fool. You have. How dare Jennifer Lawrence? Sir, Tom has said worse about people he's on a show with, and he's done worse to them than Jennifer Lawrence saying, you have bad skin. Don't come for Jennifer Lawrence.
There's like such a vitriol.
Right.
It's like
They found a new word. There's such a vitriol. There's just such a vitriol. Ooh, Jason. Jason, sounds like you have such a vitriol for Jennifer Lawrence. You got a hate boner over there, bro. Calm down.
looking at
Like-
Tom and being like,
Like how can you be that
have
mad at me?
bad
He's still trying to perform it, and Tom's like, all right, we're done, Jason. Stop it. Jason's like, wait, no, I can get it. You have bad skin. How'd I do, Tom? How'd I do? Do I still drive the U-Haul to the concert with the joggers? I got Nikes, Jordans.
skin.
Well, I'm
Look at, oh my God, it's so cringe. I hate it. Jerry O'Connell's like, okay, anyways, nobody's paying attention to him. He just did all of that performative bullshit. And he's like, yeah. And he looks over like, huh? And everyone's moved on and nobody cares. And the popular kids are like, not today, Jason. Oh no, Jason.
let me just say,
Why, I'm almost more grossed out by Jason at this point. Why is he laughing like that? Nobody was paying attention. Watch. He's delivering the performance of his life. He's looking at Tom. Am I doing good, Daddy? How am I doing, Daddy? How am I doing, Mushroom Daddy?
There's like such a vitriol.
Right.
And both of them are like, we're not going to go that hard on Jennifer Lawrence. She's like a legitimate star with talent.
It's like looking at
Like-
Tom and being like,
Like, how can you be that
have
mad at me?
bad skin.
Well, let me just say,
Oh my god. What the fuck? Jason's wife. Please come get him. Get the minivan, get the Dodge Caravan, and get him out of here. Okay, he can have his laptop on his lap at home. This man needs a nap for like a month. Look at Jay O'Connell's like, oh, now we're talking about Jennifer Lawrence. I'm never going to get in a movie with her. God damn it, Rebecca Romaine was right. I shouldn't have done this interview.
we can be that mad because we've been there for a decade. Like, we watched it. We feel a personal connection. Let me just say, your skin is terrific.
Thanks.
Wish I had.
Thanks,
that skin.
Jerry. Your skin's great.
If that's the worst thing someone said after everything you've done,
Great.
Thank you. I
It's great, man.
just got a facial. I used a mask before I came here. I had,
Smart.
but hearing you,
Jason, please stop. Please stop, Jason. You're making it hard for me to enjoy this.
Tom, I'm hearing
By this, I mean me.
a lot of people's reaction and how much hatred they had. This might be a problem that people are having. I'm not hearing remorse. You know what I'm
Thanks, Jerry. Yep, that's the main thing. Don't no remorse. You can say the sorry and go, God, I've said it. Of course I'm sorry. But there's no remorse. There's no empathy to the people that you've hurt. There's nothing. It's just, move on, God. What about me? What about what they did to me and people around me?
saying, Tom? We're hearing about you seeing and ingesting people's reactions to it. We're not hearing accountability.
Well, I mean, obviously, I fucked up. I screwed up. I handled the situation. I got way over my head. I know that, and I apologize for that.
The question too is like,
Obviously, I fucked up. Okay, I did, and I got in a situation like way over my head. That again is absolving you because you're taking yourself out of it. Like the situation overtook you, and you had no control. And the situation we're talking about is your dick, your boner. You're saying you don't have control over your private parts. Okay. Again, Ariana told you at the reunion, nothing happened to you. Nothing happened. You did it.
Nothing happened. You did it.
Oh my God. This guy.
I'm just not ready for all of this. It's just
It's too much. It's too much. Like, obviously, I'm sorry. Obviously.
I fucked up. I screwed up. I handled it.
Ingesting people's reaction.
Just like, you can tell he's pissed. He's got to say, like, obviously, God, I fucked up. I'm sorry. It's like a teenager when you're like, hey, I told you. You know, you start respecting your things, respect my things. Be home at the time I tell you. Don't sneak out. Did you put water in my vodka? God, I was sorry. Jeez. It's like you just like, nothing's ever good enough.
To it, we're not hearing accountability.
Well, I mean, obviously, I fucked up. I screwed up. I handled the situation. I got way over my head. I know that, and I apologize for that.
the question too is like, you know, even like on the last episode, like we ended the last episode with what I thought was a really deep, sincere apology, but you've apologized, I don't know, 30 different times.
When? Where? Where's the 30 times? When were they ever legit and sincere? Shut up, Jason.
Sincerely. I always ask myself, because a lot of people
I always ask myself. Tell us what you always ask yourself, Jason.
ask the question you did, like, where's the remorse? When are you going to really give an apology? How many like sorries is enough? How many, what
I
is
cry,
a
I
definite-
cry, it's crocodile tears.
That was at the reunion, and it was crocodile tears. You're so dramatic. You guys are so dramatic.
I'm not showing any emotion. If I'm on my knees, I'm overdoing it. If I'm standing up, I should be on my
He's
knees.
a petulant
I've,
child.
I've said it so many times. I've been
Yeah.
accused of.
Again, he's the victim. Oh God, I said it so many times. I tried my best. I can't do this anymore. No more I love yous. No more sincere apologies. I mean, come on. Jason, when is it good enough? When you guys go lit off?
Faking it, everything. It's like people aren't ready to hear it. They might not ever be ready to hear
Right.
it.
Because you're not ready to give it. You're not ready to deliver it because you don't believe it. You think people should feel bad for you. You think you're the victim. And that comes off. That is quite apparent, sir. People aren't stupid. They read this behavior. Your emotional intelligence is 0. is very low EQ over here.
You're right.
How many sorries is enough? I would say, not to you, but almost to like the people who are asking for more and more.
Oh, and more. Jason, oh my God.
I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
I
That was my husband, I would be embarrassed. Honestly, I'm so sorry to his wife because this is embarrassing to go this hard for just some random man that you say is your best friend, but he makes you drive the U-Haul and do all the hard work in the band just so you can get out of the house and be in a band and have like a tinge of relevancy in your eyes.
will say
It's interesting to just think
based
about.
She needs to be quiet. Jerry O'Connell's talking.
on me, but I do want to say, based on me calling a few of my friends
Totally.
a half hour ago and saying, Schwartz canceled, Tom is asking me to do his podcast.
Again, Schwartz canceled. Schwartz canceled on this podcast. Why, Schwartz? You did that other podcast. Interesting.
It sounds like
People are still looking for it.
people are still looking for a sorry, Tom. I mean, pun intended.
Tom's like, God damn it. God, it's not like you're my mom.
I'm sorry to tell you that, but it's what it sounds like.
And you think that if Tom gave
Jason, shut up. Let him answer. He's a grown man. Tom gave me. Stop, Jason, please.
that appropriate sorry, these people you're talking about, what would that mean to them? Would they be a
Why is he smelling his fingers?
Tom fan again? Would they get over?
Jason, don't make it complicated. He's not sincere. He's fake. He's faking the funk, and it's readable on his face. Oh my God.
It? Would they be comfortable, let's say, coming on Tom's podcast? What would
You're gonna have all the quote unquote haters on Tom's podcast. So
that
weird.
do for them?
I don't know. I don't
See,
know.
that's
answer
the
to that.
question. Because then it's like, let's say Tom gives that apology.
Ooh, that's the question. That's the question. Okay, Mr. Psychologist over here. Jason, you are taking this worse than Tom Sandoval.
Would it be okay? What is that sorry going to do? Because then it's
I don't know the answer
is
to
it for Tom or is it for them?
Yeah,
Who
and
is it going to
honestly,
benefit?
and honestly, like, what did I do?
Why would the sorry be for Tom? When you apologize to someone, you don't do it for yourself. You give that apology because it's the right thing to do for the other person. Now, granted, they don't have to accept it, but you give that so that you can show true remorse and that you can be sorry. And you can show that that is behavior that you're not proud of. What do you mean, what's it going to do for Tom? That's where you guys, your thinking's messed up. You're like, well, how's that going to help Tom? And you know what the crazy thing is? It would if he was sincerely a changed person and gave a shit about others and their feelings and didn't treat people like garbage. It would help him. It would help him in so many ways.
Do to them exactly? Besides, like, let them down a little bit. Like, I don't understand, like, when people do things in their lives, like, when you do things in your life, like, it's your life. You know, if you do something to hurt your friend.
Right, that's a good point, Nomadic. It's like none of us really even care if he apologizes. We just don't want him to go around still being a douche, blaming everyone else and being on a victim parade. I don't care if this man doesn't have to apologize to me. I don't give a fudge. Like, whatever. But just don't go around being so emotionally stunted and throwing more women under the bus. Ugh.
Friend, or you betray your friend, your wife, whatever. You know.
Let's just say, I have not betrayed my wife.
No, never, no.
This is a
Hypothetical.
situation.
Jerry's an awesome guy.
Okay,
I love Jerry.
Forget about Sandoval. Jerry's a monster.
If King Arthur
Get on your
betrays
knees,
his
Jerry.
knights,
Get on your knees. Crocodile tears.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never, you know, I have never, like, if I'm just bringing this up, I'm not posting blame. I'm not saying anything. I'm just using that as a straight up example. James Kennedy cheated on Raquel like 3 times that we know about, right?
Another whataboutism. What about James Kennedy? What about his cheating? What about, look how angry this man is. What about him? What about James? Worry about Tom. Don't worry about James. Quit doing the whataboutisms. What about this? You can do that forever. What about this? What about that? But again, no accountability. No accountability, sir. What about James? He's way worse.
For not a second,
Right.
expected him to apologize. If James would apologize to me, I'd be like, what are you apologizing to me for? You didn't do anything to me. You hurt Raquel. Just like handle your business. I don't know. Go.
Right.
Like,
Well, obviously, you need something from James. You're pretending like, I don't care, but you do care because you bring him up every chance you get to throw him under the bus and be like, well, what about James? He's horrible. He's bad. So obviously, you do want something from him. And you do want people to attack James instead of you. Deflect. Yes. Epic says Jerry was like, oh no, I'd never do what you did. Exactly. Like, I'm not cheating on my wife. No, not Rebecca Romaine. Have you seen her? Like, no, she's Rebecca Romaine. and you had Ariana, and you really effed that up. So I'm not a dumb like you. And yes, Jenny, deflect, King Arthur and James. Like, he's just ridiculous.
I understand what you're saying. I believe, first of all, people who aren't here, we shouldn't talk about them.
Yes.
I made that mistake with you, and hence why I'm here.
Okay. But that's what you do on Watch What Happens Live. You comment on the Bravo celebrities in the shows. That's what you do. All right. And as far as Tom goes, not commenting on people who aren't there, he comments on people all the time. And the women he's hurt and throws them under the bus. Especially Rachel Raquel at this point. He's like, I'd love to freaking be able to like go away for a while, but I couldn't. I had to be strong and handle it. Yes, zero self-awareness.
I would say that people were way more invested in your relationship than in
Thank you, Jerry.
other relationships. It was close to a decade that we were in this. And I would say the circumstances of
very different.
Stepping out were
different, Jerry.
Like
a little more
like fucking crazy.
A little more insane.
Yeah.
So I do think there is a difference. And
it happened for a really long time. And like Jerry said, your relationship was at the forefront of the show by this point. I mean, and how long you kept up this affair and lies and how you tried to hide it from the show, and you thought you could. You thought you were that smart and that good and that you could get away with it, and just how unnecessarily cruel it was to the person you were with to carry it on for this long, and the extent you went to for the lies and the deception. It was just too much. More than James Kennedy, who we saw that shit go down on the show in real time. It's not like he did a great job of hiding the fact that he was a terrible boyfriend, because he was.
So therefore, I do think I'm sorry to call it a punishment, should be greater, Tom.
Do you not think it was?
I think it is. I think you're currently going through it. I think.
Where's the punishment? You have a podcast, you're on 3 television shows, 2 of which you would not have been on, being The Masked Singer and Special Armed Forces, whatever that show is. Had this not been a public scandal, you're making money off it. You're going on tour as a singer and you can't sing. So, because a couple people on social media are like, hey, bro, you suck. You didn't lose money. You were already making bad decisions with your money and borrowing from your mother's retirement, and she's on a fixed income, for your ridiculous business ventures that are not successful. Where's the punishment? I only see everyone else in your life be punished, not you.
You're currently going through it. Listen, I'm just bringing this up because you have a new podcast.
We appreciate it.
You need to.
You know what? It's another.
I can't
It's
just
a
come here and talk
perspective.
about projects that I got and where to follow me on Yelp. But I mean, it's there's currently at this juncture of your new endeavor, it needs to be addressed.
We totally agree, and we appreciate your perspective.
You might have.
We totally agree. We appreciate your perspective, but you're wrong. And my joggers say you're wrong.
Can I ask you a couple more questions?
Sure
Please.
thing, man. Let me just say one thing else.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey, listen, I just want to say also, I want to apologize to you.
Jerry, now you're giving him what he wants. Just stop. You don't have to apologize to him. You went on Watch What Happens Live and you made a comment on a situation that was happening, and he is a part of the Bravoverse. Oh my God, Jerry.
For saying that on Watch What Happens Live.
Oh, Jerry.
That was not.
Oh, Jerry. Oh, I know. I'm a victim. I know. It's hard for me. It's so hard.
It's all right, man.
That was not a cool thing for me to say.
Well,
And
Jerry, be cool. Don't be all uncool. You're being uncool, Jerry.
that means a lot, man.
I want to apologize for saying that you weren't a man. I was heated in the moment,
Well, I appreciate that.
and I apologize.
I appreciate that, man. You're a great guy.
No one should be apologizing to Tom Sandy Butt. This is ridiculous.
What were you going to say? Sorry, before I interrupted.
I was gonna say, if it helps, I obviously fully regret what I did. I fully fucking regret it. I feel bad about it.
Because I fully fucking regret it. I feel bad about it, obviously. My hat's backwards. I'm using swears.
I hate that I hurt people.
I hate that I hurt people. Okay, I think they're people. I mean, they are women, but they might be people.
I, for the most part, have been pretty fucking miserable.
Have you, though? Have you been pretty miserable? It looks like you've been having fun on tour. It looks like you've been having fun with your new friends, your new lady friends, going out, talking to paparazzi, calling TMZ to come interview you.
And I don't.
Or like staying in your house. Even in the beginning when Ariana and everyone was like, hey, Tom, she just needs some space. Like, my house too.
Ever ever want to go through what I went through again.
Hit that like, you
ever
guys.
want
Hit
to be
that like.
responsible or the cause for ever hurting people like that and causing that kind of shit ever again. I'm going to do everything in my power to never do that again.
This is such a weird statement. I'm going to do everything in my power to never do that again. You know, you have control of your wiener, sir. I mean, history has shown us you might not, but what do you mean everything in your power? It's all up to you, whether you betray and deceive someone on that level. That is all up to you. You definitely have control over that. Everything in my power. There's no other powers. It's just you and the boner. That's all you got to control. There's like you don't got to talk to upper management about it. You don't got to talk to any executives. It's just you.
And to never get lost and caught up in a situation like that.
Oh my God.
What would you have done different?
Never get lost or caught up in a situation like, did you get caught up or did you seek it out? Because it seems like you sought it out.
I wouldn't have hooked up to begin with Rachel. I, would have gotten out of my relationship, ripped the Band-Aid off, not delayed. That's that whole scenario. I think I got caught up in trying to create the perfect breakup, but it was way beyond that because I saw what Tom and Katie went through.
I'm sorry, what? You were trying to create the perfect breakup? Huh? What? Is this? And now you're gonna throw Tom and Katie into, I saw what they went through.
And I wanted to do it better, do it smooth.
Oh, it's a competition with Katie and Tom Schwartz again. Always is. Tom's got to be the best Tom.
Smoother. We were different.
Do it smoother. How are you going to do the breakup smoother while you're cheating with one of her best friends? How is that better than Katie and Tom?
Relationship than Tom and Katie, Ariana and I. It always is different.
Huh?
But I don't know, man. It's just, I could have done 100,000.
Exactly. I was trying to set up Ariana to look bad. I was trying to get Rachel Raquel to take her and Katie's place on the show and bring in some new hoes. And you fucking fans and social media blew that shit up. I thought I could get away with it, except for you pesky social media bitches calling me out on my bad behavior and getting consequences. That sucks.
1,000 things differently, But there's this weird thing. Obviously, I regret what I did. There is like a few positive things that I do hang on to, because it helps. And that is, I was on a path that was not great. I was drinking all day, every day, chain smoking cigarettes, going out constantly.
Look at Jerry. Chain smoking cigarette. Why does he keep bringing up the cigarettes thing? I was drinking every day. I was chain smoking cigarettes. Not chain smoking cigarettes, Tom. Oh my God. Are you okay? Poor Tom, you guys. He was chain smoking cigarettes. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's cigarettes. Ah.
Because they're losers.
Chasing the dragon, running away from everything.
Chasing the dragon. Okay, that's an interesting way to put it. So I always thought chasing the dragon was like a reference to heroin. Yeah, heroin smoking by chasing the dragon. So the National Institute of Health, that's the only time I've ever heard that. And you're going to compare it to drinking and smoking cigarettes? So the history of heroin smoking and the subsequent development and spread of chasing the dragon are examined. The first heroin smoking originated in Shanghai in the 20s and involved use of porcelain bowls and bamboo tubes, thereafter spreading across much of Eastern Asia and to the United States over the next decade. Chasing the dragon was later refinement of this form of heroin smoking, originating in or near Hong Kong in the 1950s, and refers to the ingestion of heroin by inhaling the vapors, which results when the drug is heated, typically on tinfoil above a flame. Subsequent spread of chasing the dragon included the spread of other parts of Southeast Asia during the 1960s and 70s, and some parts of Europe during the late 70s and early 1980s, and to much of the Indian subcontinent during the 80s. At the time, writing Chasing the Dragon has now been reliably reported from many parts of the world, but not from others with an established heroin problem, such as the United States and Australia. The significance of this new form of heroin use is examined, including consideration of the role of the different effects with this new form of use, the different types of heroin, and changing public attitudes. Injecting. Oh my God. This dude is just, he just says the worst thing he could possibly say. Trying to tell us something. Good Lord. Good Lord. Thank you, Alex. Alex Lay says, I've been meaning to tell you that because of you, my husband is now calling everyone and everything a losers. The dogs, the garbage bin, everyone, because they're losers. Alex, shout out to your husband. Because everyone in Tom Sandoval's world is losers.
Everything hiding. And, you know, when this happened, you know, I was forced to take a really hard look at my life, really analyze and say like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like this is not a path that leads to a long, healthy life. This is a short.
So again, you're just worried about yourself. Smoking and drinking and chasing the dragon is not going to help Tom Sandoval.
Like Beetlejuice star that burns bright and, you know, supernovas.
What? Beetlejuice star that burns bright and supernovas? Tom, stop with the mushrooms. You can do mushrooms to a point where it like helps your creativity and, you know, can make you, you know, figure some shit out. But then there's a point where you just do it too much and you sound like a damn Unabomber.
Pretty quickly in the grand scheme of things.
Like their letter to the police. It doesn't make no sense.
So, you know, it did help me or cause me to change.
Jerry's like, I should have listened to Rebecca Romaine. God, why do I not listen to my wife? Why am I here? How do I get out of this?
You know, my habits. And
the chain smoking. I had to stop the chain smoking.
Really also to put in perspective certain things that are important, like, you know, also see what relationships were more meaningful, I feel like, than others. You know, truer connections.
Huh?
Friendships,
connections.
Jerry's like, I want to chase the dragon right about. What are you talking about? Jesus. Does that dragon have wings? Can it fly me out of this freaking weird man cave of misogyny? Please.
Yeah.
Would you say you're more?
And this is sped up. This is at like 1.4.
Would you say you're more honest today?
Yes.
Would you say I'm more honest today? Yes. I want to think a little harder about that.
A more honest person.
But I'm also more guarded.
What reality TV, Tom?
So
guarded about your personal life with other people?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you're just out walking the streets in the clouds with a different woman going, I don't know why. Do you think every woman I'm walking with, I'm trying to have sex with? Well, because that's what your patterns show, Tom.
In relationships?
Yeah, just in general.
What is he even talking? Even Jerry's like, I don't speak this. What is this language? This bullshit language?
I am a lot more on guard around people too, because I'm.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You barely would leave the room when people are like, you're making Ariana uncomfortable. You love this shit.
Constantly filmed all the time, everywhere I go.
Oh, you're constantly filmed everywhere you go? Like on reality TV? Is that what you're talking about, Tom? Or are you talking about when you call TMZ and you become friends with that guy and then you start making him bracelets and you act like he just found you, but really you guys tipped him off?
A lot of paparazzi and stuff following you all the time now?
Crazy still.
Crazy still. Yeah. It's like Lady Gaga song. I'm your biggest fan. I'll follow you until you love me. Paparazzi. Yeah.
Still camped outside my house.
They're camped outside your house for Ariana because she's on Dancing with the Stars and killing it. I don't think they're camped outside for you.
It's been a little bit lighter lately.
It's probably been a lot lighter lately. Like nobody for you.
But as of just like a week ago, they were there every day.
No way. Ugh, poor Tom. Poor Tom. Poor Tom.
Make you paranoid?
Yeah. You just don't fight it. You just let them do their thing. It's their job. You know, you just let them. There's no running from them. You're not like, there's no chance. There's no reason to get mad at them. They're just doing their job. They're just there. You just accept it.
Take me through your day-to-day life. I mean, I know your living situation is...
Well, I wake up, I do some shrooms, I chase the dragon, I think about not chain smoking cigarettes, and then I just say dumb shit. And I think about like, who hurt Tom? Tom's a victim. And I go through my mantra of poor Tom, Tom's a victim, fucking Tom, Tom, who am I gonna Tom sober today, Tom?
You know about my roommate?
I know about your roommate.
Okay.
So Jerry's like, take me through your day. And Tom goes, oh, you know about my roommate? Talking about Ariana.
I'm not in touch with your roommate or anybody. If you don't want to talk about it, I understand. But
This is so cavalier. It's like so jokingly, like last episode, you know, talking about Ariana and being like, no, she came downstairs. She was carrying like a myriad of boxes, you know? And then like, you like stayed in that space for like 10 minutes. And Kyle Chan's like, but you didn't make eye contact. No, but it's like progress, bro. It's like progress. Like.
That's got to be. Hey, listen. I also know someone who is going through a divorce right now.
You already told us about this, Jerry.
Who has to live with the person they are.
Oh my God, Jerry, you're boring me. I'm gonna fast forward a little.
That's part of it.
Damn market.
It's actually and they have to cohabitate
Because of interest rates right now.
Well, it's
Okay, we heard it here first. Tom Sandoval is saying he only lives with Ariana Maddox because of interest rates. The interest rates. It's the interest rates and probably the equity you took out of the home for your failed businesses, allegedly.
That's part of it.
Damn market.
it's actually
Damn, Margaret. Jason, please stop. Please stop, dad jokes. Please stop. Please stop.
explain your living situation. Like
We're on opposite sides of the house, and we're obviously trying to figure out exactly our next move. Because we thought we had it figured out, and then we kind of like, you know, but it's really not that big of a deal in that sense. Like, there's plenty of room in this house to be on separate sides. We both, I mean, yes, while filming Vanderpumprules, we were obviously not traveling a lot, but before leading up to that, we were both traveling a lot, and now afterwards, we're both traveling a lot.
I mean, it's I've had roommates. I've had roommates in my time. I lived with my brother. I lived with a guy who was worked in the entertainment industry. I lived with two guys from college. I mean,
Did you live with like a guy that was like Brad Pitt's character in True Romance, smoking weed out of a honey bear, like on the couch the whole time?
No,
I've had one of those.
These guys, who told men they were funny? Hashtag not all men, you know, having a penis does not make one comical, and it's difficult because I'm sitting here watching the podcast of these two men, Jason and Tom, just thinking they're so funny and nothing they have said is funny. And but they're really trying very hard, very, very, very hard.
I did have a pot smoking roommate, but I really liked him. God, I sound so old right there. And a roommate who smoked marijuana all the time, had a water bong.
I've got. You were asking earlier, like what has changed? What do I do? I'm pretty physically active. Work out every day.
Where?
At the house.
Oh, at the house.
Take some of that physical workout and work out the mentals with some therapy, sir.
Yeah, I built
You can't get enough 6-packs to be a good person, Tom.
the gym in that house.
Okay.
Yeah, build gym in the house.
And which is great.
It's great. I love it. My roommate uses it sometimes.
Listen to music when you do that?
Yeah, and I watch movies. Currently watching Peaky Blinders.
Watching what?
Peaky
Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders.
Love to put subtitles
So
up
you
there.
watch Peaky Blinders and you just like rip some arms and do some
Yeah,
back.
I
And...
do a lot of running and biking.
Who cares? Fast forward.
Cigarettes. Dude, I was like chain smoking.
Sure.
Fucking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he was chain smoking cigarettes, you guys. The trauma he's endured. All those reality people smoke. All those Hollywood people smoke, either on the DL or out in public. And the chain smoking of the cigarettes.
Did you ever
Oh
smoke
man,
cigarettes?
I've been smober for over 10 years now.
Oh, good
Nice.
for you.
Major, hardest thing.
Dude, so hard.
So
Dude, so hard, dude. Look, I just want to like suck one down so bad. Just want to suck down a Marlboro Light 100, Marlboro Ultralight. Oh, I just want it so bad. 100, bro.
crazy.
Yeah.
But good. I'm
Maybe you should start like a smoking cessation podcast. Maybe that would be helpful. Help all the people quit smoking. I know, Alex, right? Again with the cigs. Calm down. Calm down, sir. Oh my God.
I'm glad that you're healthy. I mean, listen, Tom, what I'm hearing is that you are starting to become honest with the most important person.
Stop it, Tess. I was doing 7 marijuanas per day. Jerry, it was bad. It was all the marijuana sticks, reefers.
Which is yourself, Tom. You know, I mean, that's while we should be held accountable for our actions with other people, at the end of the day, it's just us
Yeah.
and our heads hitting the pillow. And,
It's just us and our dickheads hitting the pillow.
you know, I mean, I want to make sure
Who cares?
after
Jerry, you are pausing. Like, what is going on here? Does he think he's gonna get like an award for this shit or something?
all this, you're honest with yourself, Tom, you know?
Yeah.
Tom's like, yeah, I don't get it. What do you mean? I'm always honest. I'm the most honest guy ever. I'm the victim. These people hurt me. Jason, tell them about social media. Well, social media is so bad. It's like really bad. And I'd like to ask them, why are you so bad?
Totally. And I think there's been a lot of growth.
No, Jonah Hill. You don't get to decide. I think there's been a lot of growth. He's paying you. I feel like the damn exorcist. There's been a lot of growth. I saw a lot of growth in his pants. I saw a lot of growth.
I've definitely seen it. And if for a second, if any,
I've definitely seen it. I got glasses. I don't have the best vision, but when the glasses are on, they're clear. They're cool. I got them at Costco. I got a membership because I got a family, executive level. Not trying to brag.
anybody thinks that during this whole thing, Tom has leaned into the villain role and has loved it, it could not be any farther from the truth.
He's not a villain. He's a good guy. He's a real good guy. He's a hero. He's a fucking hero. Social media is bad.
No.
When we were on,
No. He's like, no, I do kind of like being the bad guy.
during this whole thing, I think a complete depression from this whole thing is just, you can't, that's not even enough
Yes, you should be depressed after you act so poorly. You should be depressed. You should feel bad. You should have shame. You should. You should sit back. You should contemplate life. You shouldn't go on tour.
to describe it. I mean, we were on tour one time.
Oh, God. Back to tour. No one's going to your shows. I'm sorry. Does he have acid reflux? Every 5 minutes, he's like, excuse me, I'm sorry. He needs a Pepsid. Get Jason a Pepsid.
Because I'm the drummer and the manager, so I'm doing.
I'm the drummer and the manager. I don't want to brag. I'm the drummer and the manager, and I drum and I manage. And I drive the U-Haul, and I do. It's not a big deal, Jerry. I'm the drummer and the manager of a karaoke band with Tom Sandoval as a singer. Excuse me.
Doing a lot of managing while we're on the road, and there was one day when
He does a lot of managing on the road. Like, Tom, get up, you're drunk. Tom, is this enough beer on the rider that we had? Tom, did you just want red Skittles or green?
we were in Chicago, and
Not Chicago.
Tom,
I bring Chicago into this. It's a perfectly fine city.
Ben usually goes to the venue first, and we're loading in and we're doing stuff. Tom usually will come after because he's working out.
So we go, we load it up, we set it up, we do everything. Tom's working out or, having sex with somebody and getting drunk. And then he comes in later just to scream into the microphone.
And Tom was not at the venue yet, and he was supposed to be there. And this was like in May.
Oh no. You're telling me the guy that was super drunk and admittedly was like in Blackout City Township was late? The guy who said he could never get his band together before all the other bands he was in because no one had their shit together until he met you guys and you guys do everything. That guy was late. ADHD Tom with time blindness was late. Good God.
And they're very heavily into Scandoval, tough times. I'm calling Tom, he's not answering.
He's calling him like this on an old ass phone. Okay? Not a cell phone, landline, old ass. You gotta crank it like this.
Called the hotel to call Tom. He said he's not answering.
Oh my God, he didn't answer his phone. Holy shit. Is everything okay, Jason?
And I'm like, oh boy, what's going on? What's going on?
How scared were you?
Like,
Levels?
completely scared. Like 10.
1 to 10.
10, because there were parts of when
What were you mostly afraid of?
that Tom was dead.
So now we're worried. Tom is dead. Tom is sleeping off yet another hangover, allegedly, after humping yet another girl, allegedly. But he didn't answer the phone. And now he's dead. He could have been dead. This cyst male could have been dead.
Because there were parts of the tour where Tom was like, there were great parts of the tour, not great parts of the tour, but also
It's called life. That's kind of life. There's like great parts and there's not so great parts. Ebbs and flows.
even the great parts of the tour, Tom, was depressed. And not that
Depressed. Oh my God.
he was upset because people were upset with him, because I think Tom was upset because he was upset with himself.
Look at that face. He's like, no, I wasn't. Nuh-uh. I was depressed because I couldn't fit into my green glitter pants, and Ariana made fun of them, and she never replaced the batteries or the paper towels. Like, dude, seriously, like, that's why I was obsessed. Or upset, but also obsessed.
And people don't understand that. And you could fuck up and be depressed because of that. And that's what.
Yeah, that's a normal feeling people have when they do horrible things to other people. They should have a little depression. They should feel accountable. They should feel sad. They should feel shame. Those are all normal things. Situational depression for a situation you created. Yep.
What was going on. And I remember going to the hotel.
He went to the hotel to find his man.
Getting a room key, walking
He got the room key. Ooh, they must really trust you. The white privilege is real.
to Tom's room, and
He stood there. He was like, I can't open it because he's gonna be dead. He's gonna be dead.
We kind of had a verbal agreement that we just wouldn't date any of our friends.
That's not realistic.
We're not supposed to hang out, by the way.
Wait, what?
It's not realistic. It's not realistic. Jason.
You're lying. No, I'm not lying.
You're lying. Jason, this is really a sad story to tell, considering so many people like legitimately struggle with depression and thoughts of, self-harm and things. So, I mean, Jason, please, this is ridiculous. Okay, let's keep listening. He's really building this up. Oof.
Standing there with the room key in my hand and not wanting to put it in there, being like, Tom, I'm going to go in there and Tom's going to be dead.
Tom's like, no. What? Oh, I was just like sleeping, bro.
And putting it in there and
was he dead?
You tell him
and
this,
going in.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me this. Oh God. Oh man. Yeah, I was really sleepy that day.
And Tom was in bed, and I really was like, oh my God, like, Tom dead. He was just sleeping. But I really was like, ha
ha ha ha ha. Mental health crisis. Funny. Ha ha ha. But I mean, I thought he was dead, but he wasn't. He was just sleeping. He was sleeping off another hangover. He drinks like 7 beers before the show. It's on the writer. We have a writer. Yeah, no big deal. Oh my God. It's like, sir, stop. Quit trying to create this narrative of Tom is just a victim. These people pushed him to the point. No, he was in his La Quinta Inn, his Quality Inn hotel suite room, and he was sleeping because he, like he said, he's the main guy. He's the lead singer. He's number one. Tom, he's the number one guy in the group. He doesn't got to show up on time. He's napping off a hangover.
Really, but
I do sleep hard.
He sleeps pretty hard. But
so then they laugh and they're like, well, he was just sleeping hard. I do sleep hard. He does sleep pretty hard. How do you know, Jason?
I really was so certain that Tom was dead.
Oh, God, take like freaking Ramona says, take a Xanax. Like that's more on you. That's more on you, Jason.
And it was because of
they're really trying to create this to just the ultimate victim profile. Like, and then I really thought he was dead. Turns out he was just sleeping and hungover and just has time blindness due to ADHD. But other than that, like I was for sure. But he was fine. Ha 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 ha.
How hard those times were. And again, this is not me or Tom being like, feel bad for me. I'm the
kind of looks like that.
Victim here. That's not it at all.
Then what is it? What is it, Jason? What is it, joggers, Jason? What are your joggers saying?
And people, for some reason, on social media and
the social medias and other things and the social media people, fucking horrible to my boyfriend Tom. How dare you question Tom?
And people in this situation, they cannot like separate the two. And if anybody who's known someone who's depressed for any reason, they know what that is. Like if you've known anybody who's been seriously depressed where they have had suicidal thoughts, it's scary as fuck. And Tom's one of my best friends in the world. He's family and he's like a brother. And to be there and so
this is much ado about nothing at this point. Tom's not even saying, yeah, I was having those feelings right then. What are you talking about? You're just trying to create this pity party narrative, and it really downplays people that are seriously struggling with mental health crisis or crises.
For those people who are not sure if Tom was, felt bad what he did or if he was upset.
Felt bad. Did he feel bad for what he did, Jason? Did he feel bad?
Like he was, and to like,
Yeah.
So
Tom's like, oh yeah, I felt bad. Yeah, sure. Good job, Jason. You're killing it. He doesn't even know if he felt bad. He's bored with your story, Jason.
Can I just ask?
Yeah. And then he's like, I did good. And he's got the creepy little lip licking.
You were obviously on tour all summer.
Yeah. For that month.
Did all of this drama affect? Can I just ask? You were obviously on tour all summer.
Yeah. For that month.
Well, for that month. We weren't on tour all summer. We're not that big. Okay, the powers that be. Our touring agent wasn't able to get us longer than a month.
All of this drama affect the tour?
Absolutely, yeah.
How so?
So it affected
Just wasn't as fun to like get drunk and like watch Tom hook up with chicks like it used to be.
it where a lot of venues were still, some venues are a little nervous to book us because they're a little
Yeah, because he can't sing.
nervous because they don't know if people are going to come
Because he can't sing. Yeah, because it's like not good singing. Just let the woman who's also a singer in the band, just let her sing and people will show up. People don't tend to want to go to shows where someone's bad at the art form they're performing. He can't sing.
because they're going to come to, like, not riot, but they're going to come to disrupt.
Riot? No one's rioting. There was like a couple ladies one time held a sign and some people flicked them off and wore Team Mariana t-shirts. Jason, you are really making this more than it is. So melodramatic to create this victim narrative for Tom.
And fight where we've had fights at our
Fights. They mentioned this in the first episode. There's just moms who got babysitters fighting in their granny panties, fighting down to the full bottom panty and the high-waisted brief, just fighting, taking it down to vagina fighting town.
shows.
Yeah,
Are they gonna?
I didn't realize of it.
I didn't know about these fights at the show.
Yeah, we have.
Joke. I was like, I didn't know about the fights. 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 Kimberly in the chat says, I have PTSD as a veteran. There were days I would wish to go to sleep and never wake up. This is something for them to lightly have a conversation on. Yeah, Kimberly, exactly. They just like randomly throw it in there like, well, he could have. I mean, he didn't. He didn't say he was going to, but he could have. It's emotional manipulation at its finest. And thank you for your service. Kimberly, put your hearts in the chat for Kimberly Dobler. And thank you for sharing that with us, Kimberly. We appreciate it so much. But yeah, it's such emotional manipulation at this point. And Jerry's like, sorry, what? Huh? I didn't know there were fights. Did you think those would have made the news? Social media, page 6? If there were middle-aged Tom Sandoval lovers going after non-Tom Sandoval lovers, and they were just fighting down to the, wireless bra. Don't you think that would do something?
What happens?
There's fights between like the quote unquote pro Tom people and the quote unquote
Don't lie. There's no pro Tom people.
like anti Tom people.
There's just drunk people who want. I'm enjoying this song because I remember it from my childhood. Yeah, does he sing it shitty? Of course he does. It doesn't matter. On the bright side, like it's whatever.
Where they'll literally like they'll start.
These tickets were free. Don't ruin my free concert. It was the people who were like, don't ruin my free concert versus the people who were anti-Sandoval.
Arguments and fights in the crowd. We've had this at almost every single show.
What are you talking about? Are you serious? Are you serious? I mean, there has been like legitimate people have lost their lives at concerts. Like Travis Scott concert. Like there's been like tragedies that have occurred. And you're talking about what? You're talking about what?
It's not like crazy fights where they're.
It's not even a fight, Jason. Jason, just do the drums. Do the drums. Want to be Travis Barker? Do the drums. Do you think Travis Barker's out there going, and then there's fights in the audience. It's really hard for me to concentrate, and I'm just trying to stick out from a bond mic.
It's like police need to be called, but enough to where.
You don't even gotta call the police. That's not a fight. That's not a fight. They could just be talking loudly, trying to talk over Tom's screeching singing.
We'll be playing, and all of a sudden we'll see security come and grab people out of the audience.
That's called being in a band.
There's that. There's venues who will hear like the booker or like the owner's like, oh, we can't wait to book you. And then it's like, the owner's wife's friend.
Oh no, women. Blame the women. Always gotta blame the women. You gotta blame the women. Jason's like, yeah. So the owner, obviously, man, and then his wife and her friends have a say, and then they don't want to work with us anymore. These fucking women. Why do they have to fight? Everything is a woman's fault. Either women are victims who are around Chow, or they call them females. Their female friends are getting the brunt of it, but it falls on poor Tom. Poor Tom's poor female friends, which is affecting poor Tom. Or women are to blame for all Tom's troubles.
Is very anti-Tom, and then they're like, oh no, we're not interested anymore. But that just doesn't affect Tom. We can't wait to book you, and then it's already come and grab people out of the audience.
Oh my God.
There's that. There's venues who will hear like the booker or like the owner's like, oh, we can't wait to book you. And then it's like, the owner's wife's friend is very anti-Tom. And then they're like, oh no, we're not interested anymore.
The owner's wife's friend. Jason. Yeah, because they call the shots. The owner's spouse's friends. Sorry, no, can't do it. Beyonce pisses me off. Tell her to leave. Tell her to go. No, I'm sorry, we cannot have Beyonce here. The owner's wife's friend said she's very offended. She thought lemonade was better than Renaissance, and she doesn't want to hear anything about lemonade. Okay? Very offended.
But that just doesn't affect Tom. That affects the 8-person band that Tom is really like giving, their livelihood.
You can't even say that, Jason. Tom is feeding people from his own hands. He's baby birding them from his mouth. He's feeding them pennies on the dollar. Okay? He's the George Bailey of the goddamn karaoke scene. Okay? And these fucking social media bitches are Mr. Potters. And they are robbing us of our salaries and our dreams. Tom's a great man.
And also the crew that he supports. And
he supports a crew? Oh my God.
Because Tom pays everybody, which he should.
Oh my God, Tom pays everybody. Not well, but he should. Yeah.
These people deserve to get paid. They're professional musicians who are
no one's saying that. What are you even talking about?
mostly just getting started. But it
Mostly just getting started.
also it has.
Are you just getting started? Because I'm ready for you to be done.
We still are able to go on tour. I mean, there's still people who support the band and who love the band and who love Tom. It's not all bad.
There's some people that will go and have a great time because we're a cover band.
Yeah, it's so fun. The band is so fun.
It's so fun. It's the funnest. It's besides the death threats, the thinking Tom's dead, the depression, the fights, the women harassing him, social media. It's so fun.
It just like 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, like hits from all over, like
hits.
Everything from Billy Ocean to Cake by the Ocean to like Death
Fall Out
Cab
Boy.
for Cutie to Fall Out Boy.
Muse.
To, like,
Fall Out Boy, Muse, Christina Aguilera, Dirty,
yeah, everything. And
The Jackson 5.
yeah,
Jackson 5. We ruin all of your favorite songs.
and everybody's like singing along, having a blast. And then some people you see them, they're like singing along, rocking out the whole time, and then they literally like leave and they'll just like do a quick little video where they're like flipping it, like basically saying we did not have fun here.
Or it's so funny.
Okay, so this again, Tom said this in episode 1. We're repeating ourselves again, where everyone really had a good time. There's just some people that want a little clout on social media. Tom, as the lead singer, and Jason, as the drummer, have paid attention to everyone in their audience, despite them saying they have such huge audiences. They know each and every person because they've observed their behavior throughout the concert and taken tabs and notes and mental notes on everyone to know that they've each had the best time ever. And then at the end, they just pretend like F you, and they don't mean it, and they love it. And it's the best thing they've ever done because they totally pay attention to that.
Sorry, Tom. Some people will come.
Sorry, Tom. Didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm just like next to Jerry O'Connell, and I'm very excited in my joggers.
And Tom was talking about this a little bit where it's like, and you've asked Jerry, like, do people you ever like in the street or like Whole Foods,
Jason, you are embarrassing.
and people come and show you that hate? There have been times before where there will be like a row of 8
Is it hate or is it just criticism?
people who are straight up in the front holding, at the gate there, at the front of
Holding the gate with their vitriol, these bitches in their vitriol, and then their husband's wife's friend is there, and it's like, don't book
the
Tom.
crowd who are like
The mosh pit.
Yeah, the mosh pit, the most.
The mosh pit. Tom does not have a mosh. Jerry O'Connell, between the marijuana references and the mosh pit, what are you talking about? Look at Jason. Jason, the only vitriol is from you. You are so big mad. You are so mad, sir. Why are you so mad? Why are you so mad? This is weird, Jason.
Anti-Tom people in the world
Anti-Tom people in the world.
who got there first to show their hate, literally middle fingers up and
No, poor Tom. Between that and having to untag his brother in Instagram posts, no one has suffered like Tom Sandoval has suffered, Jason. Thank you for sharing his struggle, sir.
this close to Tom the whole time
No, how
with
close?
signs on their.
James said Tommy again. So, oh my God, we gotta slow that down. Just close to Tom, Jerry O'Connell. Just one. Just close. Just close to Tom, Jerry. Tom and Jerry. Just close. Yeah. So fucking rude, dude. It's always the owner's wife's girlfriend, because bitches be cray.
People in the world
In the
who
world.
got there first to show their hate, literally middle fingers up and Tom, this close to Tom
Oh my,
the whole
most like rock stars and bands would be like, yeah, put your middle fingers up. But they're like, oh my God, this is like the very clean Christian version. Like, don't you dare point your middles to the sky. This Jason guy is on one, Carl. Like, he's doing too much. Jason, you're doing the most. You are a Karen. You are a Kevin. This is what Jerry O'Connell. Look at Jerry O'Connell is sitting there and he's just like, yeah, I know Mary Jane, but I don't visit her very much anymore. But I wish I could right now. right now, right? This Jason dude, Wanda says, and his excuses starts to sound even worse than Tom. He's freaking worse than Tom. Like, I feel like at this point, whatever you're doing isn't working, Jason. This is bad. This is embarrassing. I'm legit cringed out, embarrassed. You're like 39 years old and you're like, yeah, they did this. And done this. Imagine if he was a stand-up comedian and a heckler. They couldn't handle it. I didn't even have to fuck my husband's best friend while his grandma died or while our dog died, and I still get people yell out worse things to me on a stand-up comedy tour, on stage. We get shit thrown at us. You couldn't handle it. If you can't take this, if this was the worst I got, I'd be like, cool story, bro. These dudes are weak.
Time with signs on their phones. Fuck you, Tom.
Oh, he's like acting everything. Fuck you, Tom. Like this with their thumbs. Fuck you, Tom. Fuck you, Tom. Fuck you, Tom. This video is definitely getting demonetized. Fuck you, Tom. Jason. Oh my God. This is ew. I can't with this dude. I cannot. All right, I'm gonna try my best to keep going. It's almost over. Thank God.
Go kill yourself. Fuck you.
Tom's like, go kill yourself. Yeah, those were good times. That was my mom. She was in the audience. I mean, 250K is a lot of money. It's a lot of money on their phones, right? Ugh. Okay, boomer, like calm down. I mean, even my mom isn't. I mean, Nana's cool as hell. I shouldn't even say okay, boomer anymore. Okay, Jason, that's what we'll say from now on.
It's been a while.
Team Ariana, like fuck you the whole time.
No way, not Team Ariana and fuck you. Oh God, no one has suffered like Tom Sandoval. Sandoval has suffered. No, yeah, Jason's throwing up signs. Jason's in a gang. Jason's about that life, I guess. Yeah.
I'm screaming in his face. And
screaming in his face. Where are these? Show us. Where are the videos of people getting right up in Tom Sandoval's drunken face while he's on tour and going, Team Ariana, fuck you. Go kill yourself. Like this. No, again, no proof. Jason's just saying stuff to say it.
Is just doing his thing, rocking and rolling. And
he's just doing his thing, rocking and rolling, bro. Tom is such an innocent bro, dude. Dude, he's just like screaming into the mic and like not hitting the notes, but like, God, these women, oh, they're just like menopausing all over them.
And you know, it's funny to them. They think it's funny and it's funny games, but like, at what point is like, it's just like,
it's funny to them. It's so funny games until somebody flicks you off and says Team Ariana. And at one point, will Tom be oversleeping in his hotel room and will I think the worst? Me.
This is just a fucking person trying to just not be like a narcissist, like living his rockstar dream, but just out there like trying to do a job, enjoy himself.
He's got other jobs he should be at, like Schwartz and Sandy's. He has other things that he should be working on, like paying his mom back, not on tour, in a karaoke band. This doesn't work. I'm sorry, it's not. Everyone else in the band, they're doing work. But what Tom's doing, does not work.
You know, which there's a crowd of like 1,000 people.
Stop it, Jason. Show again receipts or didn't happen. I've never seen any pictures, and I've seen a lot of pictures of your concerts. Where have there been 1,000 people at your concert? Where did you guys head count while you're watching? If there's 1,000 people, how are you watching all of their moves and behavior to know the ones who are really having a good time but pretending they're not? But you know because you watched them the whole show. This is getting ridiculous, Jason. Attribute your source. Show us receipts. 1,000. There's just no way on God's green earth that 1,000 people went to a Tom Sandoval in the Most Extras concert. No. Unless you count people just walking by. Did you perform in public? And people were just walking by minding their own business?
Enjoying also, you know, you just have to show
got like babysitters for their like.
Oh, we're bringing up the people got babysitters. No one has suffered like Tom and Tom's fans have suffered. People got babysitters. And for that to see, fuck you, Team Ariana. People got babysitters for that. It's just, ugh. Poor Tom.
You know, yeah, like people they spend money on these tickets, and you know that's why I always say like, yeah, like
Well, first of all, a lot of people have reported they got the tickets for free. So let's not pretend. I'm sure some people paid at some venues, but a lot of tickets were free. And we've seen that a lot of them were very low attendance. Jason, look at, he's looking up, trying to think of his next lie. Like, what am I going to say? How am I going to spin this where Tom's a victim?
Yeah, like
There's some people
how
too,
much does
obviously,
he have
just wanna
to
be, they want to be like a part of it too, you know? They want to just be a part of it.
like how much punishment is enough punishment?
Maybe you should spank him, Jason.
You know, and then it's also like
You should give him a good spanking.
the band gets the hate too. Like Maddie.
Oh no, not the band gets the hate too. They're gonna bring up the woman in the band, and they're gonna use her alleged trauma without even asking her or her consent to share this story. Did Maddie co-sign this? Did Maddie say, yes, you can share my experience. You can share how I've been bullied by the Tom Sandoval haters, by the women who got babysitters just to come and flick them off and go, Team Ariana, forever.
They want to just be a part of it.
Like how much punishment is enough punishment? You know, and then it's also like the band gets the hate too. Like Maddie, one of our other singers,
she gets a lot.
So much hate because she's a female.
Oh, she's a female. You assume it's because she's a female because you guys hate on women because you were like, yeah, the owner, man, his wife's friend was like, you can't perform here, bro.
Sweetest person.
Was so
too.
She's the sweetest person. Like, I've never tried to have sex with her. It's one of the few people I've ever tried. Well, maybe once. I'm not sure. I don't remember. She's so sweet. Another whataboutism. What about what they did to Maddie? They made Maddie sad. Receipts. Where's the proof?
This is another thing you asked, like, oh, are people scared to come on the podcast? Are people scared to be in the band? Some of them aren't. Maddie, who's such an amazing person.
She's so amazing. For a woman, she's amazing. There's not many out there.
An amazing singer.
Amazing singer. Not like Tom. You know, like she can sing.
She was like on The Voice. She
was on The Voice. She's phenomenal.
Phenomenal. She's up there with Tom also. She's
up there with Tom. I like his act outs. She's up there with Tom, too. This is them. Her, Tom, standing there. Okay? She's up there. And people are just doing things that I can't prove.
So much hate because she's a female.
So much proof. She's a female. She's a woman. We prefer women. We like to be called women. That's, I don't know.
Who is supporting Tom? I mean, not.
Is she supporting him? It's just her job to sing up there. She has to be the only one who can sing on stage. You have to have one person who can sing. Why don't they ever talk about what happened to the other lead singer, the other woman, the other female? What happened to her, guys? Wasn't there rumors of something Tom might have done, said, allegedly? I don't know. Just throwing it out there. What happened to her? Huh?
Obviously not what he did. She doesn't support, none of us support what Tom did, but we're there in the
Jason, you seem to support it.
Band, we're a team. She's up there and she gets some vicious hate. I mean,
define vicious. What are they saying? Are they saying, fuck you, Team Ariana? Because if that's the case, poor Maddie.
People are so vicious to her a lot.
They're so vicious. They're vicious. It's vicious. The vitriol is vicious. It's a vicious vitriol. Receipts, look at him. Look, he don't believe it. He's looking over like, oh, what am I going to say? Do you guys believe me? And they're like, not really. Not really. The camera guy's like, no.
At the time. And it's like, does she deserve that?
What about? Does she deserve it? Does our song guy deserve it? Does Jesus deserve it?
Sax player deserve that?
Does the sax player? He's playing the sax. Hard enough for him. He's got to read, you got to lick it. It's just gross. Ugh. He's got to clean the spit valve. Does he deserve it?
Does our bass player deserve that? Like,
does our bass player deserve it? No, they don't.
No, but they don't care.
They don't care because they're awful, horrible, troll people. And Tom didn't do any of this. And I have no proof of any of it. But I did use the words vicious and vitriol. So clearly, I'm telling the truth.
But that's fucked up of them. That's wrong.
That's fucked up of them. Dude, you just like, it's like doing yoga. Vogue. That's fucked up of them. Not Tom. Them. Yeah. Did Katie deserve it? Did Ariana deserve it? Did Rachel Raquel deserve it? Did Lala deserve it? Did Stassi deserve it? Did all the women you tried to fight and yell at deserve it? Did they deserve it? This dude is like...
Them. But are they being held accountable? Of course.
Are they being held accountable? It's not about them. It's about your dumb friend, Tom. Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. They're getting away with it. So we can do whatever we want. God, I'm so tired.
They're not. So I would ask like all of these questions. Really, that's
Jason.
I'm
Jason
sorry.
gets pissed about it.
Jason gets pissed about it. I'm not pissed. I'm on mushrooms. Allegedly, I'm on some really great Molly. Tom, Jason gets pissed. Even Tom's like, it's pretty funny. I'm just seeing you. This is pretty ridiculous. Yeah, did Lisa Vanderpump deserve it? Does anyone deserve it? Deflection. gaslighting, creating a new narrative. You're the victim. You're the victim. Witness says there was an action that occurred. None of these dudes want to address the affair. None of them. Or the alleged lack of consent when filming and saving Rachel Raquel's like sexting video. They want to talk about that. They want to talk about that. They want to talk about Tom's history and pattern of getting in fights with women and being like, because I'm a cis male, I cannot yell at women. If I was a gay dude, I could yell at women. If I was not a cis male, I could yell at women. But since I'm a cis man, I cannot yell at the women. And it is very, very unfair.
The new thing is that, you know, as a cis male,
Did you say cyst?
raise your voice, yell, do whatever you feel entitled to do. But as a straight male, if I was a woman, I could do that. If I was a gay male, I could do that. But as a straight male, if I raise my voice, it's wrong.
Really?
I'm sorry.
I know.
Is this the world we live in?
I don't care.
So yeah, Tom is cool as a cucumber.
Tom doesn't care. So is it harassment if Tom doesn't care? If Tom's like, it's awesome, it's funny, I love it. And Jason's like, it hurts my feelings because it's my man. Don't mess with my man. I'm gonna be the one to bring it to you. Here's a little advice for you. Get a table for your laptop. I am looking at your balls. Your thighs are rubbing together and I see it. It's not a good look, allegedly.
I don't really care as much about it.
You know, I want to run up for my drums and be like, you know, what the hell?
Are you gonna fight the women? Are you gonna fight the women, Jason? You wanna, what did you just say? You wanna run off from your drums? And you wanna fight them women too, but you're a cis male, it's not fair.
He gets pissed about it. I don't care.
So yeah, Tom is cool as a cucumber.
I don't really care as much about it.
You know, I want to run up for my drums and be like, you know, what the hell?
So you want to go yell at ladies too? Oh my God, you two are birds of a feather. Wear unfortunate clothes together.
You know, but I just get heat. I don't know, I get heat.
I just get hated. I just like angry, cis white male. It's unfair for the white, heterosexual, cisgendered males.
Tom, how does it make you feel hearing that your bandmates
We're going to speed it up.
feel the vitriol,
Oh, I mean, it sucks. I hate hearing
Sucks. I hate it. But it's not my fault.
about that. You know, that's like the worst to me.
It's the worst. It's not what happened to me. It's the worst.
You know, I don't want those people like having to suffer because of me. You know.
It's so unbelievable.
Tell me about those emotions. Do you feel responsible?
Jerry, what are you being, Ayanla? Like, go fix your life. Go fix the reason you came here. Don't try to fix his. He don't listen.
Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah, your body language. Yeah, of course I feel bad. Yeah, of course. This is the body language of someone who feels bad. Yeah, for sure, dude.
I do. Yeah. I don't know what to do. I mean, it has tapered off. You know,
Yeah,
it's gotten definitely better. I think a lot of times there's a ton of people that have come out to see us that are like on the fence or they're haters. They want to come out, they want to express their hate towards me. And then within like a third of the way through, they're like, this is exhausting. Like, let's go grab another shot and let's have fun.
Totally.
That happens like 95% of the time.
100%.
People come out there, they're like, we're gonna fuck shit up. Like,
Okay, so then it's not a problem. So then what are you complaining about? If everyone's just like, just kidding, we're just joking around, we're having fun, we like you. Then what's the problem?
and then they're like, this is awesome. And then they just have a great time.
No one is saying, this is awesome. Stop, sir.
And then,
Jason, Jerry, what do you think? I like you, Joey.
they end up staying and like, I get take pictures with them and then they tell me that. They're like, we came
They take pictures and they tell him that. They tell him, hey, we came to hate on you, but we love you. You're the best.
out here to fucking hate on you. We came out here to
Everybody says it. Everybody.
cause a little ruckus.
matter what,
And
like,
we had so much fun and
But it's fun, you say. It's just a little ruckus. It's so much fun. Is it detrimental to your mental health? Are you dying from it? Is it hurting you so bad? Or is it just fun and it's okay and everything works out in the end? It's just a little criticism. Which one is it?
I'm like always so sweet. I can make sure and take,
I'm always so sweet. Shut the front door. Did this man just say I'm always so sweet?
we came out here to cause a little ruckus.
matter what,
and
like,
we had so much fun and I'm like always so sweet. I make sure and take, to them, take pictures of everybody. They're wearing scum.
I'm always so sweet. I take pictures with everybody. I'm like the sweetest guy. Seriously. Get off my jock. Yeah, exactly. Epic. So is there vitriol or 95% support? Which one is it? You can't have both. You can't have both. Chicken Head, thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, I got you live. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Bag and cheaters shirts. They're wearing like worm with a mustache.
Sure.
I'm like, hey man,
Yeah.
Who cares?
I don't like when people judge what I wear. I'm not gonna judge what you wear.
Is that why
I'm pretty sure you do judge what people wear. You judge what Schwartz wears all the time.
you shaved the mustache because of the worm with the mustache, or was it just time for the mustache to go?
It was time. You know me. I've had a lot of different looks.
Yeah, you're super fun.
I have had a lot of different looks.
Jason, do you want to say something?
I just had a question for you because
There's another Jason. Oh my God! Shut this fucking podcast down. Who is this guy now? He's got a road. I got a road. Oh no! You better not be as bad as the other Jason. I didn't know there was another Jason.
you've been in the public eye for a really long time.
Sure.
Have you ever made a mistake that really affected somebody in
He's leaning against the wall for this one. It's gonna get comfy. You ever made a mistake that affected somebody so bad that it blew up their life? No.
your personal life? And if so, did you feel the need to apologize to the public? Like, I think that's the disconnect.
What are you talking about? No one's asked you to apologize to the public. Like, we don't give a shit. We're like, just don't continue to be a dick face and then blame the women and create yourself as a victim. This Jason sucks too, allegedly.
You know, I'm going to take accountability for my actions here.
Oh my God. What now? Please, God. Just don't. Just don't. They're like the figure. We don't die. We multiply. Who was that? Was from some show, like 80s or 90s. We don't die. We multiply. Somebody named that in the chat. Well, that was like the tagline. We don't die. We multiply. And that is the Jasons.
I have not been faithful.
Oh my God. Now you're going to, Jerry, go home. Go home to your self-tanner, sir. Go home to Rebecca Romaine before you get yourself in more trouble. I have, what made you feel comfortable to share this with them?
In relationships before I was married.
Somebody sedate me too,
didn't
Jada.
take accountability at the time.
Who cares? Oh my God. Oh my God. Not the, you know, I just thought I should bring it up. This show was getting a little too Tom-centric, and I thought, hey, isn't Jerry here to be interviewed? What about old Jer Bear? Okay. I too have led my wiener astray. I too have, yeah, when I was living with those roommates, they made me that marijuana, that damn Mary Jane. I got down, went downtown, Julie Brown on a Julie I wasn't dating. It was a random Julie. Oh my God, Jerry, please stop. Please, you guys are all embarrassing me.
This is going to sound like an excuse. I was a much younger man than you are, Tom. You know, I was in my 20s, you know.
26, man.
I'm only 19.
So
Jason, you're the worst. You're the worst, Jason. Tom made a joke. I'm 26. Okay. All right. I'll let it stand. And then you go, I'm only 19. Why? Kimberly, 100% right. Every time. That's why this is like, it's a freaking train wreck and just like a comedian's nightmare and wet dream at the same time. Because every time, like Kimberly's saying, I think this podcast can't get worse. There it is. It gets worse. They heighten the worstness. They're like, I'll get worses and worses and worses. Oh my God. Oh my God. Is it Bebe's Kids? We don't die. We multiply. I don't remember, but that was like, Jerry, no. Jerry, go home. And Jason, shut up.
So that's not an excuse. And so
Jerry's like, yeah, but I wasn't 48 when I did it like you, Tom. I was 22. Because there's a difference between your 20s and your 40s, and you're still doing it.
You know, Tom, you know, I have not been faithful in previous relationship, not my marriage, please. That's not the headline.
That's going to be the headline, Jerry. Rebecca is texting you relentlessly. Go, Jerry, get home. Get home. Jerry, get in the damn Mercedes and get home. Jerry, we're only a couple exits down. Jerry, I'm going to come get you. I'm going to bring all the kids. We're going to come get you. I'm going to come in my robe and my curlers. I'm really going to embarrass you, Jerry. Get out.
I love my wife.
I can't wait.
Love her. I just got to drive home. By the way, my wife was one of the people who were like, why are you doing that podcast?
I knew it. Rebecca Romaine, so smart. Yo, why would you do this podcast, Jerry? Why are you so desperado?
I'm sorry, guys.
Oh no.
Sorry, guys. And they're like, oh, yeah, we're losers, but we're not.
But
I think it's
sorry,
a
honey.
fucking power move, man. I honestly respect you so much
Why does he want your respect?
more for literally hitting me up right away and then
I think I lost my respect for Jerry O'Connell.
showing up here like the day of, man. That's
The day of. Jerry, that is also showing us that you are not booked and busy, sir. The day of, you could just show up at Sandy Butt's weird studio.
takes some guts, man.
Right.
I mean, dude, I gotta give you a fucking hand, man. Dude,
No
you're-
applauding.
That's just like, what's Jerry O'Connell? Does he have a job right now? Does he work for Radio Andy? What's his gig? I'm gonna have to Google it later. Why are you so available?
Said
Even I, as a nobody, first of all, I would be like, no, I'd probably leave you on read. But even if I did get back to you, it would be a couple days. I wouldn't get right back to you.
you know, that relationship that I was unfaithful in.
Oh, we moved on, Jerry. We've all moved on. You're like 50 now. We've moved on.
It was for 1/10 the relationship you were in. I'm sorry.
Jerry is low key dragging Tom. Like, I'm sorry to say this. I'm sorry. It's like the apology. I'm sorry. What I'm going to say is it's 1/10 of the time that you did. I'm sorry to say that. And it was 1/10 as gross. I'm sorry. I just have to say it. And you're a monster. And I'm sorry. I have to say that. I just have to say it. I had to say it. A power move. I know. Oh, Jerry isn't working because of the talk. Is he a regular host on the talk? So how is he going to get around not talking about people who aren't there? Because that's what they do at the talk. They talk about things going on in the news and pop culture. And a lot of times people who aren't there. So how's Jerry O'Connell going to get around this? Jerry?
I'm not comparing. And it
sounds like you're comparing.
Wasn't on, we weren't. Here's why I think there is so much anger. We were all along for the ride. We feel like we were there from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really care, but yeah.
From the beginning. So I think that's where it's coming from. And you know, it's funny. Recently, I can't believe I'm talking about people who aren't here, but recently.
Yeah, you just said you were not going to talk about people who aren't here, and there you go. Talk about people who aren't there again.
Drew Barrymore went through a very sort of negative couple weeks.
Now we're going to talk about the Drew Barrymore situation? Oh, my God.
Because there was a writer strike, and Drew said that Drew was going to come back and do her show without her writers. And Drew received a lot of backlash from...
Rightfully so.
Everyone.
Yeah, it was extremely tone deaf. It was extremely privileged, and she was not appreciating the staff that got her show to the point that it is. The writers that make it all happen.
And it was funny. I was watching it, and I noticed that a lot of other celebrities had a lot of anger toward her that they posted publicly. And I was a little shocked at it. I was shocked that they're saying, by the way, these are things that they could have. I mean, you know, I like to slide to some celebrities' DMs. This is something that they could have said privately, but they said it publicly, and it didn't sit well with me. And
Okay, Jerry, this example is horrible. First of all, because you shouldn't say something like that privately. You should definitely say it publicly, that you stand with your union and you stand with workers' rights, and that you don't stand in this circle of privilege and nepotism to hide someone, a nepo baby, behaving badly's bad actions. These people stood up because they're standing with their union, and they're standing with the actors and the writers who aren't, not everyone who's on strike is a Brad Pitt or a freaking, Angelina Jolie, Jennifer, Reese Witherspoon, I was gonna say Jennifer Love Hewitt. There are more lower level actors, like actors who aren't at that highest level as the household names, that need this more than anybody. The same with writers. I mean, so it was 100% correct for these celebrities to stand up and go, Drew Barrymore, this is some bullshit, okay? I stand with my union. I stand with workers' rights. What would this country be without unions if we never unionized? We wouldn't have weekends. We wouldn't have a 5-day work week. We wouldn't have a 40-hour work week. We wouldn't have half of this shit that you, Jerry O'Connell, and many other people in the United States, I think, appreciate, even though I could go with a 3-day work week, I'll tell you that. So for them to actually stand with their union and stand with those workers and stand with the writers and the actors who don't have all of this money and privilege or didn't come into this industry as a Nepo baby is the right thing to do. Not like do it on the sly in some behind the scenes group chat or something. No, call Drew Barrymore and her tone deafness and her ignorance and her blatant privilege out. That's what you do. This is so, Jerry, you're ruining it. You're ruining it. And I was offended. Those celebrities didn't go behind the scenes. They shouldn't go behind the scenes. They should stand up for what's right. And what's right is this union. And what's right is fighting for fair wages and benefits and residuals and things that these people should get because they worked for them. And that's why Drew Barrymore is facing a very fucked up situation right now, going back to her show and her 3 head writers that got her Emmy nominations. 3 talented women have said, we're not coming back because look at how you thought of us previously. So fuck that. No, you obviously don't appreciate us. You were going to go back in like we don't matter. Jerry, shut up. Shut up, Jerry.
I just want to say, it's why when I saw the commercial for your podcast and there was a close-up of me saying you're not a man, it didn't sit well with me that I said that. And, you know, I don't know what to say. There's no concrete answer for when the world.
Then the female writers quit. The women writers, the females quit.
Will forgive you, Tom. You know,
Right.
I don't know if, you know, everything was messy about your situation. So I think coming out of it is going to be just as messy, maybe even messier, you know? How do you hope people regard you in the future? Where do you see yourself?
I would love for people to maybe go back to thinking of me a little bit more glass half full and less calculated.
That's, huh? You're very calculated. What you did with Rachel Raquel, how you had her keep the lie going, how you orchestrated this whole thing, you're calculated. I know you want to go back to when you were lying to everyone and tricking us and trying to believe that you were like a good guy. You can't go back now because your actions don't show that. So until your actions would show that and your patterns would show that, why would that go back? Why would that go back?
I'm not a very, wishing Rachel a happy birthday was not calculated.
Yes, it was.
Miss her.
Yes, it was.
You know, I'm not a schemer like that. I don't do that, you know, like I do when it comes to like surprise parties and things like that. But like, you know, that's not like the way I spend my time. And that's not the way I choose to spend my time. Like I like to live in the moment with people and experience awesome
times. That reminds me of that Mean Girls quote. Did you have an awesome time with your awesome friends? You drink awesome cocktails?
Did you have an awesome time? Did you drink awesome shooters and listen to awesome music and then just sit around and soak up each other's awesomeness?
This is so awesome. I just want to have an awesome. Sir, you are closer to retirement. Where is your 401k? Where is your scooter? And where is your 401k? And where is your mom's money? You have a roommate, sir, and you're 56 years old.
times and bond and fucking hug and like.
Ew. We are just coming out of a panakuchen. Save your yucky hugs. You told us you didn't shower.
Love and like,
especially like.
I just want love. I just want to go to like festivals and just like love in the club. I want to do Molly. I want to just like put Vaseline all over my face and sit in front of a fan. Like I just want to love. Just like, positivity. Oh my gosh.
Sorry to interrupt, Tom, but how do you remember Tom pre-Scandoval?
What is he doing back? I thought he was done talking. I'm sorry, Tom, I'm interrupting you. How do you remember Tom pre-Scandoval? Who cares?
You know, Tom,
we didn't know him. We figured out it was a lie. It was a facade. And then the curtain came open with Scandoval and we're like, oh, okay, we should listen to Miami Girl. Lying ass dude.
Always regarded you as someone who held yourself accountable and held others accountable.
No, he just holds others accountable. He doesn't hold himself accountable. When have we heard him hold himself accountable?
And you were almost like you were maybe the most righteous person on that show.
Self-righteous. Self-righteous.
And I think
Tom's like, thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty great.
Maybe that's why people are so angry.
Yeah.
You think? Your hypocrisy. You're a walking hypocrite, sir.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean,
I appreciate
Jason, oh, very interesting. Oh, okay.
that, by the
Yeah,
way.
that's very cool.
No,
It's very cool. I was very self-righteous. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was always on my soapbox about somebody else doing it wrong, me doing it right. Yeah, true.
I appreciate that. And I
How do people get
try to.
How do we get back to the old? How do we get back to the old Tom? How
The old Tom wasn't real. It was a facade. Hello.
how does that happen?
I think, all I can do is be better. Try to continue
What does that mean? Those are just words.
to be better. I'm not perfect,
No one's asking you to be perfect.
obviously.
Obviously. Whenever he says obviously, he's pissed off. I apologize. Obviously. Not perfect. Obviously.
You're perfect. You're amazing.
No,
I'm not.
Love bomb.
You don't live with me. You don't live with me.
Believe me, Jerry O'Connell's not perfect. We've learned that this podcast.
No, but we want to live with you, Jerry. Where
Stop it, Jason. It's not funny.
do you live?
Really imperfect.
Oh, it's hot out today. Oh.
But I think that it's just gonna take time, and I understand that. People can't just it's not like when you're getting hypnotized and they're just like 1, 2, 3, snap out of it. You're away.
Tom wishes he could hypnotize us.
You're no longer a circus juggler or whatever. It's it's just gonna take time, and I believe there's so much power and strength in the truth. And
When are you going to tell it? What, the whole truth and nothing but the truth? Because Rachel Raquel was telling the truth toward the end. Now you tell us the full truth.
if I continue to live my truth and
Dressing weird, painting your nails, and wearing beaded necklaces isn't your truth. That is just your brand.
be real, that people will see that, they will. And that's all I can hope for.
Jerry's like, I'd like to share I cheated with another lady. I hate to say this, but I was unfaithful again. I feel like Jerry's going to just hit us one more time with, I was unfaithful.
That's all I can hope for. But I'm going to continue to try to, love and
Please don't.
be happy and
You're not.
create happiness. Because that's what I live for. That's, to me, being a better, leaving things better than they were, or being a positive
Well, we're back to that.
effect on a situation or people. That's
Then go volunteer. Go do some charity. Go help people. Go help the less fortunate. There's a homeless epidemic in Los Angeles. Okay? You can't fix that with your weird beaded necklaces and your painted nails. They don't need nail polish. They need food. They need housing. There are unhoused people all over your city. Go help there. We don't need the podcast. How about you just go do some charitable work? Acts of service. Do a 12-step. Anything.
what I fucking live for. That to
That's what you fucking live for. The limelight.
me is powerful. That makes me feel powerful.
Me. And then there's me.
What do you want this podcast to project?
Who knows? It is a mess, Jerry. This podcast is a mess.
This is your second episode, am I correct?
Yeah.
It's so bad.
I think sometimes,
We got to fire Jason.
Jerry, a plan is just a list of things that aren't going to happen.
A plan is just a list of things that aren't going to happen. He's a walking coal son. He's an inspirational quoter now.
So really, I just want to have people like
That's what lazy people say when they don't want to prepare and provide a good product.
you on and just talk about what you want to talk
I just want to do the least work possible. So just come on, drink some brewskis, talk about how positive I am and what a victim I am. Yeah, I don't want to research anything. Jason's just going to oddly hold the laptop over his dick, and it's going to be really fun, guys.
about. I didn't really think we were going to talk about, I figured we'd talk about some stuff, but I figured we'd carry on from Scandal and whatever, but
What did you think you would talk about with Jerry O'Connell?
I just want to be in the
The talk?
moment and connect and hang out and
Jerry's like, is now a good time to mention the third woman that was unfaithful too?
do that.
And have the challenge. We
Have the
love
challenge.
that. Have the questions.
Jason, be quiet. I can't tell you to be quiet enough.
The hard-hitting questions. Seriously,
The hard-hitting questions?
we appreciate it.
By the way, is the GHB hitting you yet?
Yeah.
You don't seem like that affected.
No,
I didn't put
we'll
too
see
much. I didn't want you
later
to
when
G out.
I go.
Woo! I put out a short about this. This little clippy clip I clipped earlier today. Tom Sandoval, who is allegedly, behind recording his sexting showmance, sexting with FaceTime with Rachel Raquel without her consent, is now making a GHB joke. And GHB, we all know, is the drug that date robbers, if I say the word for sure, YouTube will demonetize me, but you know what I'm saying. The R word, date, R, they use to drug the date. And Tom is using it. I don't think that's probably a good idea to joke about drugging your guest when you already are being accused of filming someone sexually without their consent. Thank you, Chickenhead PK Nelly, for the super chat. Just spit out my pop when you laughed. Imitated it perfectly. Yeah. That's some Danny Masterson shit right there. Bill Cosby, yes, with a RAPE joke. Tom, with a date RAPE joke. So funny. Hey, did the GHB hit you? Look into this man further. Allegedly. Tom Sandybutt. This guy, if you look at the old Danny Masterson like interviews and stuff, he made a lot of jokes like this. Usually people who make jokes like this who aren't comedians, just regular old dude bros, might have a history of this shit in their past, allegedly, maybe, possibly, we don't know. But why say it when you're already being accused of filming someone and saving it without their consent? Judy says, oh my God, I really love Jerry, but it looks like he's just regretting whoever on Fox the favor of showing up to this podcast. Yes, Jada, the fact that Tom feels comfortable enough to joke about the shows. He's never grown and never taken any healing seriously. Last week's podcast, Tom. Topic, Tom. This week's podcast topic, Tom. Just wondering, what is the next topic? Wanda, that is a great question. I wonder if it'll be Tom. Victim Tom. How many drug jokes can you make in one sitting? He's scared. I mean, you have every right to be scared. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. It's predatory. Yeah, they're showing who they are. Pay attention to it. Trust your gut. I'm telling you. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. This man is showing us who he is. Yes, red flags everywhere. Thank you. Not the best time to be making these jokes. Whew. I mean, especially with your background, Tom. Wow.
Home. Let's see if the aphrodisiac kicks in. Let's see if, I mean, it's not my birthday, but maybe there'll be some sexy time happening.
I do. I have a gift for you.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Gift for me? You didn't have to do that.
Do you want to bring it in?
It was my gift to be here.
I have a gift for you because, you said your Team Ariana shirt got ruined in the wash. And so I figured since, you're probably going to get some hate for coming here.
Has Jason used that laptop at all for anything other than just covering his swimsuit area?
I think this will really help.
Yeah, well, you know what? I mean, you did take your shirt off on your commercials, so I may as well.
I think he did drug him. What is he doing? Jerry, put your shirt on. Go home to Rebecca Romaine. Rebecca Romaine, come pick him up.
Hey! You can edit this part out.
Ooh, goddamn.
That part out.
Jason's hiding his boner, allegedly.
This is really funny. Okay, here we go.
Now, Jerry, you did promise to wear that next time you're on Watch What Happens Live.
No way, I don't want to die.
You're not signed a contract, Jerry.
No, they'll kill me.
Jerry, you signed a contract, Jerry. We have a very serious.
Can you imagine these two just circle jerking each other? Just Tom and Jason, you're funny. No, you're funny. We're both funny.
Lawyer, Jerry.
Yeah.
Take it back. Tom, you are a man. You're a man, Tom.
You're a man, dude. And you know what? I really appreciate you coming, dude. I'm just saying, like, it's beyond, it just shows.
Jason's like, I did good. I go home. I call my mom. I tell my wife, I did good. Jason, you good.
Like beyond like who you are as a person, man. Like I really appreciate it. And I think the highest of you, man.
Yeah, your second favorite guest, Jerry.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Tom.
Dad joke. They've had 2 shows with 2 guests. He's the second favorite guest. And that, you guys, is Tom Sandoval. Everybody loves Tom. Episode 2. I mean, it's not so bad. It's good. It's just so bad. It's just so bad. So yeah, there we go. That's all. That's it. That's these dudes think is quality entertainment. Oh my God. Yeah. Jenny says, Tom took out a 3rd mortgage on the house for merchandise. I mean, exactly. This is so absurd. Kara, so absurd. Kimberly says, oh my God, I thought he was going to give the plastic foot things he gave Jax years ago. So we made it through another episode. Those men are so damn sad. So sad. So sad. Thank you everyone for joining me in the live chat. Appreciate all of you, all your comments. Shout out to Joanne for becoming a new member of the channel. Alex, thank you so much for the super chat. Chicken Head, thank you for the double super chat. Appreciate you. Nancy wants to be my friend on Venmo. Nancy, we can definitely make that happen. Thank you to Michelle for the early Cash App that you sent over. You guys are wonderful, beautiful little pumpkin spice babies. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And don't get sucked into the vitriol, the vicious vitriol of it all that weird Jason says. Don't forget to smash that like on your way out. Leave a comment after the video post. Let me know if you're still enjoying this. Do you want me to cover next week? Because I'll do it. I'll do it for you. I'll do it for all of you because I love you all so much. I'll be back later tonight covering Big Brother's live Thursday night eviction episode. If you follow me for that, otherwise I'm going to do a reaction video probably tomorrow to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills trailer that dropped. We have to cover Orange County Reunion Part 1, the newest episode of Salt Lake City. Lots of good stuff coming up on the channel. Make sure you have the notification bell smashed so you get notified. And follow me on social media if you're not already at Joleen Lunzer everywhere, and then at married2 Bravo on Instagram. I posted my little short on there today, and we are very close to 10,000 followers on that Instagram account. I would love to hit 10K on there eventually. And thanks again, you guys. And always remember to enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Bye. If you like what you see.